Are we back? We are back, I think. There you go. Okay. Well, that is far from ideal. Live, yep. Oh. What? No, this is not. Okay, yeah, no, this is absolutely not what we wanted. We are back. Well. At which... Yep, okay, we are back, I think. Okay. Let me send a message on Discord. There. Okay, well, this is certainly not ideal at all. And I need to change things up on YouTube as well. Okay, just in case you don't know, well, no, you don't know. You wouldn't know, because I didn't say anything. Didn't have the time to say anything. Unfortunately for me, I had a very small power surge. That lasted for like half a second. I thought my net crashed. No, it was a me problem. Fuck, now we have ads again. This is not convenient at all. No, I had a very, very tiny power surge that lasted for not even a second, I would say. But everything went dark and it shut down my computer as well. And now I have to restart everything, which is, once again, really, really, really not ideal. But it is what it is. What game is this? We are on reverse 1999. Am I on the right category in Twitch? Yes, on Twitch we are on the right category. On YouTube we are not. I have to redo things properly. Well, no, that's kind of one hell of a bit of damage on your PC parts. Yep, it's certainly very much not ideal for my computer. But it is what it is. I don't know what happened, to be fair. It shouldn't have happened. I mean, my electric counter did not say anything, because you know, I explained a couple of weeks ago that we had some issues with my electric counter. Because someone had removed my or not removed but terminated my contract with the electric company, and that has been resolved, you know. That has been resolved. So I did check my my electric counter, and that was not the same. Today was not the same problem as that. So at the very least there is that. And there you go. I believe I have changed. Can I not change the category on YouTube? Reverse 1999, yeah. Okay. Can you not change the category on YouTube? What? Oh yeah, no, finally, okay, it did change. Ah, brother. Well, I have to redo everything on that front as well. Please give me a second. We'll restart the story as soon as we can. But very obviously... everything has gone wrong, so there is that. Daily, Technically you can, yes. You could do the daily, you could do the first, second, etc. I would ask you to please refrain from doing it. But I can't stop you unless I deactivate the commands. And I'm way too lazy to do that. But technically speaking, yeah, you should be able to do your dailies first, second, etc. once more. Because everything reset. Yeah. I guess this worked. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're back everywhere on YouTube as well. Yep, okay. Well, that was certainly not ideal at all, but it is what it is. Please give me one more second. I shall be done in a very quick moment. There. There, and I need to put you over there. Oh, I need my chat. And there you go. I have relaunched everything. And oh shit, that reminds me, I forgot to mention it earlier. But yes, congratulations, Chip, on reaching 85 stream streak. And earlier we also had B, who was at 150 stream streak. But I kind of forgot to mention these two things. But you can also get all of the feathers as well. You can everything has reset basically. Because oh, and welcome back, Kohani, as well. And congratulations on reaching 65 stream streak. Only at 65, but just still quite impressive, I would say. And I do thank you both for your presence. And once again, I do apologize that things happened outside of my control. I hope it won't happen again. I don't usually experience power surges like that. But it is what it is. It is supposed to be rare. But we had a problem last a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was fixed. I think it is fixed. So I don't know what happened here. But well. My life also had technical difficulties. Pizza was late an hour. Do you mean like you ordered pizza and it took an hour for them to deliver it? Bruh. That's actually that sucks, man. I mean, I understand. I don't know if you were using Uber Eats or directly contacting the restaurant, but man, an hour? No, it took 2 hours, so an extra hour. So it was already supposed to take 1 hour to deliver it to you, but now on top of that, they added another hour? That's quite something. There's no policy that the pizza will be free when the delivery took an hour or so. I think some restaurants do have policies like that, but I'm not sure if it is something that every restaurant has. I hope you had some kind of compensation, because waiting 2 hours for a pizza is kind of insane. Like, especially imagine you, I don't know at what time it is for you. Although I guess you are in the same time zone as I am. But like, imagine you order your pizza at like 8 p.m. for your dinner, right? And you expect it to arrive in like half an hour or something like that, right? And then it only arrives 2 hours later, which means that you would eat at 10 p.m., which is not really the normal hour for eating, says the man who eats his dinner at midnight because of stream. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly the best of examples, but still, I do find it quite strange that they would do, they would make you wait 2 hours. Even just the 1 hour delivery time is quite lengthy, I would say, unless the pizza place is very, very far from you. That maybe is very far from you, and they are incredibly busy. I don't know. But still, it is strange indeed. Now then, let us get back to the story. Once more. Stage 8, the crazy to be, there is no time to mourn the past. Indeed. Finally, we can get back to it. I am going to skip the lines. Should I skip the lines? I mean, we didn't go through much, so never mind. I don't need to skip anything. We can redo the things that we had already done. Noise and chaos fill the exhibition hall again, as P3 and the twins deal with their escalating situation.
It's another one of them has gone barking mad. What the hell is going on? A little help here? Hold his legs down.
Affirmative.
Let me go! How many does that make so far?
Oh, hey there, Ditch. How's the stream going? Hello, gamer, and welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Congratulations on reaching 3 stream streak. And how's the stream? Well, I just experienced a very micro power surge that shut down my stream. And we are barely restarting right now. So it was okay until it wasn't. But I did pull for Rin Tosaka in HSR, and we managed to win our 50-50. So at least there is that. But on a more technical aspect, not so good, I'm afraid. But hello to you and welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. And by the way, gamer, I have news. I have investigated the issue I had mentioned to you yesterday. You know, the fact that I did not see you in my following list at some point. And I checked twice today. When you were not online, when you were not streaming, I checked and you were appearing in my following list, but when you were, but then I checked again and you had disappeared, and I saw on Discord that you were streaming, so I decided to click on your Discord name to get to your stream, and that's when I saw that you were actually streaming, and you were indeed streaming, but you were not appearing anymore on my following list. And when I arrived on your stream, I couldn't actually watch your stream because I got a message saying that, wait, I can read you the message because I took a screenshot of that, since it is an unusual thing. It said, just 1 second, Gamer995's content is intended for certain audience. It may contain drugs, intoxication, or excessive tobacco use, gambling, significant profanity or vulgarity, sexual themes, violent and graphic depictions. I have to ask, man, what the fuck are you doing on your streams? And the reason is basically, due to your age and or region, you cannot access this content. So apparently, I cannot access your content. I don't think it's because of age, because, well, I am old enough. Twitch should know that I am old enough, especially because they have my, my tax number, which is not something that kids have, right? I mean, I guess maybe there might be some exceptions, but I certainly did not have a tax number before I was 18. But anyway, I don't think it's because of age, so it might be because of my region. But at the same time, it's kind of weird, because I believe that Kiwi streams are also 18+, and I can watch those. And I myself sometimes stream 18+ streams when I was streaming Baldur's Gate 3 or streaming Cyberpunk 2077. Like tomorrow, my stream is going to be forced to be 18+ because of how Cyberpunk works with Twitch. So why can I stream 18+ streams but I can't actually watch them? It's kind of kind of a thing that I don't quite understand, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But this explains why I've never been able to actually watch your stream, because it's been... I don't remember exactly when I started following you, but it's been a couple of weeks at least, if not more. And I was wondering why I never saw you, because I had followed you when you were not online, when you were not streaming. And I was like, okay, fine, I can watch him later. And later never came. And I have to admit, I was lazy and never investigated up until now, but I got curious, and this is the reason. So either it's because of my age or because of my region. Knowing that I'm 33 years old, I think I should be able to watch your stream. And like, to verify my age, apparently I have to stick my face in front of a camera so that an AI can judge whether or not I'm old enough. Knowing that I do that for pretty much anywhere between 25 to 35 hours a week, I think Twitch has my fucking face on a camera, so they should know my age. But I suppose you have to go through a very specific process. Or it could be due to my region, but again, I don't understand why my region would block me from watching someone stream when I myself can stream these 18+ streams. And I can still watch the Kiwi streams. So, yeah, I am very confused about this whole situation. The only thing that the message tells me is go home. That's what the message tells me when I'm watching your stream. It tells me go home or contact customer support. I didn't have the time to contact customer support just yet, so I haven't done that. But I'm going to ask them what the fuck is going on there. But yeah, the other option is just go home, and I'm just like, bruh. Anyway, lots of technical difficulties today, as you can see. But anyways, says a Chip, gonna dip out now and gonna do dailies in other 2 games before getting some Z's. A good night to you, Chip. I wish you sweet dreams of the twins and P3, because why not? He's a handsome man. But a good night to you, and I hope you have fun with your dailies, and you rest well. If it weren't for the weekends, I would have much longer streaks. Oh shit, I was wondering what happened. I thought I saw you stream live and then gone. Yeah, I had a micro power surge for a second there. It only lasted for half a second, but that was enough to shut off everything because it shut down my computer, shut down my lights, everything was shut down for a quick second, so my stream died. And then I needed to... first I went to check, so it took me a bit of a second to restart everything, because first I went to check if my my breaker, my electric counter had any kind of message, because it's an electronic one. It has a little screen on it that tells me if there was something wrong. It didn't say that there was anything wrong, so I genuinely have no idea what happened there. But yeah, it is unfortunate. But it is what it is with technology. And hello, Deidara, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. And that explains the double notification. Yes, most likely, yeah, absolutely. Because, well, technically this is the second stream, and that's why also on YouTube side we have 2 streams with the exact same thumbnail. I remade everything. But yeah, sometimes it do be happening. Hope it doesn't happen again. I hope so too, Deidara. I hope so too. And by the way, Deidara, I don't know if you want me to spoil you or not, but earlier we did our polling session for Rin Tosaka in HSR. If you want to watch the VOD yourself, you can do so on YouTube or Twitch. But if not, I can spoil you what happened there. Anyway, let us get back to the story.
Based solely on our observations, this is the 7th individual to experience a serious psychiatric break.
Okay, I believe this is where we left things off, well, basically 15 minutes ago when the power surge happened. Nice. It seems like in her universe she's very powerful. Do you mean Rin in the Fate series? Yes, she is. I thought she was average. No. No. She's a very powerful. Oh, I forgot the terms in Fate, but she's very powerful, and she's basically trained her whole life for the Holy Grail Wars. Just in case you don't know, the Fate series is about the Holy Grail, and there are wars. Servant? No, the servants are the people who are summoned. Like Archer and Gilgamesh and Saber. Those guys are servants. Archer in the Fate Unlimited Blade Works is the servant of Rin Tosaka. Yes, she's a master, there you go. That would be the name. Rin is a master, not a servant. And Archer is her servant. Saber in Unlimited Blade Works is the servant of... Kumo said the name before, but I forgot. Can I find Kumo's message again? Kumo, where are you? Kumo's message. Kumo. Third place. Shiro Emiya. There you go. Shiro Emiya being the main protagonist, the main character of the Fate series. He has Saber as his servant, In the first Fate Stay Night, Shiro romances Saber. In Fate Unlimited Blade Works, which is the collaboration that HSR has with, in there, the romance is focused more on Rin Tosaka. Because basically each Fate series is one specific route that Shiro Emiya can go through. Well, at least the Fate Stay Night series. Because you have Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and then Fate Stay Night, Heavenly Fields or something. There are 3 movies. And after that, you have other Fate series. You have Fate Apocrypha, Fate Grand Order, etc. And these ones, I believe, are completely different with other characters. I mean, Saber, Gilgamesh, etc. will still appear in there. But I don't believe that Shiro Emiya is the protagonist of those. But I'm not entirely sure. A lot of Fate? Yeah, no. The Fate franchise is huge. There are many anime. I would say maybe like a dozen anime or less. But like at least more than 5 or 6 anime or seasons overall. And there are also video games, gacha games, etc. Like the Fate franchise is quite huge.
Crispy critters.
Ah.
Left. Are there any sedatives we can use on him? Think the repair vendor could synthesize some?
Never mind. We left. We stopped after this because I had to search the crispy critters thing. Oh right, and the reason why I wanted to search for the crispy critters is because I was wondering if this was original to Reverse 1999 or if it was something that he used to say as well in Atomic Heart. We found out that that is something that he says in the original game, and the reason why I was wondering is just because I'm not really used to games using the word critters, generally speaking. It's quite rare, but in Reverse 1999 it is quite prevalent because that's what we call the enemies. Most of the enemies that we fight are called critters. So I was wondering if it was something related to Reverse or if it came from the OG game, and it seems like it came from the OG game. And thank you very much, by the way, Deidara, for the 20 consecutive stream. Congratulations to you and thank you for being here.
The repair vendor has experienced a serious emotional malfunction, Comrade Major.
Yeah, so did I. So did I.
Damn it. You mean that crazy fridge can't even repair herself?
D3 jumps down from the platform, wiping away beads of sweat that now cover his forehead.
At least we tied him down. Thanks, ladies. Wouldn't have expected these brainiacs to be so tough. It'd be easier if they were robots. All they need is a bullet to the head.
Comrade Major, please be mindful of your choice of words. There are international experts present. We should not need to remind you of your mission.
Avoiding a scandal by killing every possible witness could be an interpretation of our mission parameters.
Holy shit, Charles is, something, I guess. Wow, Charles just suggested mass murder. I don't know how good this AI is, man.
Can it, Glove? You know that's not what I meant. Situation's looking bleak, though. We've already got 7 of these lunatics, and there's no telling if or when the rest of this crowd are gonna join them. Plus, we still have to find those spy kids and figure out why that Belyash went rogue. Oh yeah. That reminds me. How'd your investigation pan out, right?
I have cross-referenced our visitor logs with the official invitee list. Besides the supposed young doctors, there was another mismatched record. A journalist.
What's that sound?
Warning. Large heat signature detected.
The hell?
Identifying machine code MA9 Belyash.
That the one that switched itself on?
That should be ours, right? A huge shadow is cast over the broken glass of the assembly shop, in the middle of which lies several red dots that seemingly imply danger. As the airtight door opens, the twins extend their claws and P3 raises his shotgun, scanning for a target. The massive shadow lumbers into the light.
Oh, please don't hurt me.
The Beliash speaks as it raises its hands into the air.
Please, listen!
Huh?
Are we gonna fight? No? Oh, we talk? The once again powered down Beliash lies huddled in a corner as Left approaches it to inspect it.
You're saying this Maxim guy is behind the attack?
Okay, so they didn't attack on sight and we managed to explain things for them.
That's right. The files we found in the access logs from the Beliash should prove it.
What do you think about that, Glove?
Allow me a moment, Major.
Suspending the files in the air above its tentacles, the glove scans through the documents page by page.
Analysis complete. There are 2 unauthorized access logs in the MA9's database. The access exploit used is materially similar to the one we found in Nora's log, but there is a newer entry, and it appears that the second hacker has left a program behind that I am unable to parse.
Wouldn't the second hacker be X?
That would be me. It's a patented and highly classified coding language. I'd advise against removing it for now. Otherwise, Maxim might regain control.
Looky here. This seems to be a record of how our guy broke into the network. Any clue if it's the same one they used to crack the database?
E3 hands one of the files over to Left.
Affirmative. It is reasonable to conclude that Maxim is responsible for the malfunctions affecting Nora, the VOV-A6, and this MA9 Beliash, and therefore that he is also responsible for the wider attack on the exhibition hall.
If our foreign friends are correct, that may only be part of his plans. According to these files, he may also have tampered with the thought devices.
So what's he aiming at?
That is the question, oh. Charles turns another page in the air as he answers the question.
His already demonstrated sophistication with robotics suggests he could have easily adapted the thought device. To start with, he is likely using his own device to control the facility's robots remotely. But it's only logical to conclude his aim was to bring about an international uproar, to disrupt the launch of Collective 2.0.
If that's the case, could he also have something to do with what's happening to the scientists?
I mean, if he has control over the thought device, it would make some sense, right?
A reasonable hypothesis, to be certain.
Because everyone was wearing one of these things. Although for some reason X seems to be unaffected, even though he is also wearing one.
Crispy critters, we've jabbered enough. Let's just find this asshole and beat the truth out of him. Do we know his location, ladies?
There have not been any registered turbine departures since the beginning of the attack. We can infer that the suspect is still somewhere within the confines of this platform.
If he's still here, then he must have intended to observe things from a secure location. Is there a room in this facility where you might be able to monitor the entire exhibition center? Somewhere secure?
Excluding offline locations. Analyzing security and monitoring feasibility. Conclusion: the power control room.
Do we have some way to check if he's there?
Affirmative. Provided the communication system linking these locations is not damaged.
Left attempts to contact the power control room. After several failures, the connection goes through.
Are you there, Comrade Maxim?
There is no response from the other end of the line.
We must conclude that your attack on this facility and the staff here has some specific purpose or goal. Are you willing to open negotiations?
No response. Maybe he's not home?
Or maybe he's not open for negotiations.
Comrade, you should be warned that...
Maxim, we've been to your hideout. We know you were there recently. We saw things from your childhood there. Your belongings, the toys you played with, even your family photos. A woman there, Tamara, told us your real name is Vanya.
Ah, see, I knew there was an Aya somewhere. It was an Anya with a V, but I remember part of his name at least.
Alright, we're recognize your voice. Dr. Vertin, I presume.
So he was home, just not open to discussion. Very well.
You're wasting your time. And you don't have a lot of that left. You're about to get what you deserve. Every single one of you drooling lackeys of that hack Sechenov. I'm not going anywhere. So if you're planning to kill me, do it. But it won't stop a damned thing.
What do you mean every single one of you drooling lackeys of that hack Sechenov? How are we? Why do we deserve to die as well? We just arrived here, man. The line cuts out.
This guy's got a death wish. What's he planning?
Whatever it is, he's made it clear where to find him. The power control room.
There's a sudden burst of commotion from the huddle of survivors.
Hey, Alexei! Stay with me, pal! Somebody, please! He needs help!
In a corner, a familiar scientist holds on to his shaking friend.
I'm here. What's happening?
I don't know. He's starting to seize up like the others.
Time me up. Don't let me.
Yeah, got it.
The two men lift the scientist and carry him off into the next room. They've barely left sight before the screams begin. P3 returns with a dark, haunted expression. The other scientist follows behind him, sagging low at the shoulders.
Crispy critters. Can't wait to get my hands on that son of a bitch. Hold things down here for me, will you, ladies? I'm about to carve a warpath straight to him.
Comrade Major, before he severed that connection, Maxim warned that killing him would not be sufficient to stop his plans. Perhaps further investigation is needed.
And what's your big idea? Wait around until all these eggheads crack?
It remains a matter of critical importance that we determine the nature of their neurological distress.
Not gonna lie, P3 kind of feels like your stereotypical meathead that just basically wants to brawl and kill and shoot weapons, and that's about it. P3 stops himself at the doorway, breathing out a long, harsh breath. The gallery has fallen silent, punctuated sporadically by muffled screams echoing from the scientists tied up in the assembly shop.
Hold on. I think I have a theory.
Go on.
Alexei put on his device a little before I did. So maybe these things are a kind of ticking time bomb. The longer you wear one, the more likely any little bump will set you off?
So maybe we should remove them?
That would explain why it isn't happening all at once.
X reaches for the thought device on his temple. He ponders things for a moment and then lets his hand fall.
But that means we're all in danger of going off without warning.
That includes me.
The others look to X with newfound concern for their colleague.
There's no reason to think I'm immune. I polymerized myself and installed the device around the same time as they did.
This wasn't the data we were hoping to collect.
There are harsher words resting on her tongue, but she bites them back. Yeah, I have a feeling that Mesmer has a few choice words to say to X. She knew that something bad was going to happen. I'm assuming she didn't know everything that actually transpired, of course, but you know, she had a feeling things would turn out this way because things pretty much always turn out this way with X.
I know you wanted a deeper understanding of this world, but why did you take such a massive risk? Think about the ramifications. You could lose your mind. Or worse, your life. This is an absolute disaster. I should never have let things get this far.
There's always a method to these things, Mesmer. We aren't finished yet.
X points at his thought device.
Progress requires risk. We've always believed that.
Progress requires measured risk. Not just risk, like you are doing. Research requires to take some risks for sure, but we always try to make it as safe as possible and reduce the risks to the absolute maximum of our abilities before actually starting the experiment. We don't just inject ourselves with a foreign substance and plug a foreign technology onto our temple out of the blue. First, we analyze them, we understand how they work, we understand what kind of consequences they could have on your body, and then and only then, you actually try them out or something. X is not exactly the best of scientists. He's more like the crazy kind of scientist, not gonna lie.
As researchers, we discover truth through experimentation. Now, we have one critical piece of the puzzle, and the minds to crack it.
Are you suggesting we try to dissect a thought device to pinpoint how it causes these psychotic breaks?
Precisely.
The therapist takes a moment to weigh the risk before she agrees.
You're right. There's no use complaining now. We have an opportunity to make the most of the time we have left.
You're kidding me. We're going to rely on a couple of teenagers to fix this. Nah, fuck that. Back to plan A. I'm gonna go beat the answers out of Maxim.
Well, I suppose we can do both, can't we? We send you, because you are... P3 is going to be absolutely useless to dissect the thought device, right? And I guess we could help with the fight, but I have a feeling he just wants to fight on his own. So we might as well send him on his own and fight. I mean, maybe like the twins could accompany him as backup, of course. But like, yeah, we send him to fight, and in the meantime, we dissect the device and try to figure out what's going on.
Wait, Major. The people here need you. Besides, he already made his intentions clear. He'll die before telling us anything. We have to solve this problem ourselves. What's more, it seems your companion is the only one here with any working knowledge of the thought device. We'll need his help.
Is Wright the one with yellow? Technically they both have yellow hair, like a blonde-ish, golden yellow hair, braided hair, which I believe they mentioned in the trailer, I think, that their hair is not actually hair or even a wig. It's actually made of the same alloy that their body is made of. So they both have yellow. And with the skin left is the with the skin that I purchased at the start of the stream. Well, not the start of the stream, but when we started playing Reverse today. Left is the black one and right is the white one, if that helps. Otherwise, I'm unsure how to distinguish them. Not hair, the yellow jacket / cape. I believe you're correct. I think that Wright would be the one with the jacket, if I recall correctly, because I do remember, yeah, you're right. One of them is wearing a jacket, and I do believe that would be Wright, I think.
Someone still needs to get him before he causes more trouble.
But I kind of feel like Wright has been left to the side of the story. Most of the time it seems like Left is the one who interacts more than Right for some reason.
Then allow me to go. As a neutral party, I might have a better chance to negotiate with him.
Are you insane?
No, she's Vertin, and not gonna lie, she would be way better than you at negotiating. Because you don't have the patience for negotiations.
This is a life or death operation, kid. Not a field trip. I'm not about to let you walk out there and get torn apart by those robots.
We will not let that happen, Comrade Major.
You were right indeed, Kohani. Right is the one with the yellow jacket, and for some reason Left doesn't have one. I wonder why. Kind of sad for Left. Although wait, which one is Left and which one is Right? Because from our perspective, this is Left and this is Right. But from their perspective, this is Right and this is Left. I'm assuming we're talking from our perspective, right? I think. So this would be Left and this would be Right indeed. It doesn't help that when they speak, we can't see their mouth moving, so we don't actually know which one is speaking. Kind of, Mesmer Jr and X have put on a hazmat suit and safety goggles borrowed from the assembly room, ready to start the experiment.
I know it may be hard to believe, but we're trained researchers. I was practically raised in the lab.
We may have come here under false pretenses, but we're proven and capable scientists. We can handle this.
Mesmer Jr and X nod in unison and begin working on the thought device.
I guess that means the summit's back on.
Kind of. Not really. But I guess we got to spend a bit more time with the boy P3, and bro definitely feels like the stereotypical meathead, man. It's I was hoping for a little bit more. I don't know if that is the case as well in the actual main story of the game, right? Does he feel like that? For those of you who may have played the game, does he actually feel like that as well? It's not bad. It's just, you know, not what I had anticipated, especially not in Reverse 1999. We do have meatheads from time to time, but even the meatheads that we have tend to be more complex. Maybe P3 could be more complex underneath this surface level meatheadedness, but it would require, I would guess, it would require more development that maybe you get from the actual game. I don't think, given the way the story seems to be written, I don't think we're gonna get any kind of development for the characters in this story. I will say, this story kind of feels like a voiced anecdote, more or less. Less like an actual character story in the sense that it is a story centered around characters, and more just like an anecdote of, oh yeah, by the way, we simulated this world, went there, explored, shit happened, and we saved the day. I'm assuming we're gonna save the day at some point, right? But it feels more like that, I will say. Stage 9, The Dreadful Truth. Make it simple for me. Yes, please make it simple for me, because I don't feel, I feel like I will be sleeping a whole lot after stream. What's going on? Oh, is Vertin being chased by machines? The twins run along a damaged corridor, followed by the visitor and the repurposed Beliat.
The power control room is up this staircase. We must travel another 80 meters forward, turn left, and then reach the room at the end of the corridor. Our present speed may not be sufficient given the threat Maxim poses to the facility. Comrade, would you allow me to carry you?
Not gonna lie, I would not refuse to be carried by a hot robot ladies.
If that's what's needed.
The sleek robot bends down to scoop the visitor into her arms and then launches into a forward sprint. A crash of scraping metal thunders above them.
Structural failure imminent. Please brace for impact. The sudden lockdown of that doorway is unlikely to have been accidental. Maxim may be aware of our approach.
Okay, right, so now we have left who is the one talking, so we know that the left one is the left one from our perspective, so that answers the question. But I will reiterate the statement that left is the one who speaks the most. I don't know if there is a reason for it or not, but right seems to be more reserved, I suppose.
Comrade Doctor, are you hurt?
I'm fine. It's only the dust.
Apologies, comrade. I will attempt to warn you should I perform a slide of that nature in the future.
It's quite all right. Let's just keep moving.
There's another thundering sound above them, but this one is different, like heavy footsteps.
Warning, large heat signature approaching from above.
We're gonna have new enemies. I did wonder why they are named from our perspective. Yeah, that feels weird, I agree with you there. It feels strange that they are named from our perspective. In my opinion, it would have made more sense to name them from their perspective. Especially if they are supposed to be hemispheres of a brain, each of them, right? Like, because if I look at myself, for instance, my left hemisphere is the one that is towards my left, right? And my right hemisphere is from my perspective, right? So we should be taking their perspective to name which hemisphere is which. And in that case, you know, calling left, left, and right, right. So I do find it a bit confusing, I guess, but we don't really have a choice, I'm afraid. But I agree with you. A heavily armed balayage drops down through the ceiling. Right stands in front of left, shielding their companion from the debris.
Scanning. Heavy firepower detected. Another balayage variant adapted by Maxim. Defensive matrices engaged.
Time to fight. What the fuck is that team? Okay, no. I'm just gonna grab Enigma. We're gonna go for the lore accurate fight, because we have the team, the twins, sorry. And Enigma is just there to provide shields and I mean, I don't think I'm not really afraid about the twins dying. I don't think we're gonna die here, but you know, having shields never hurt.
Practice validates theory.
Hacking the collective and now upgrading robots with high-powered weapons. He has the makings of a brilliant engineer, so why bother with the journalism act? Maybe it was easier to infiltrate the venue as a journalist rather than as a scientist? It may not be an act, comrade. The proliferation of advanced robotics throughout Soviet society has meant people across many professions have had the time and access to master mechanical design. All the same, it seems he learned a lot from his father. Ah, so he has daddy issues, is what she's saying.
Valid data.
Magnetic field deployed. Magnetic field deployed.
Another unsolvable clue.
I think we may or may not kill them with this attack.
Polymer release function engaged. Interacting with polymer.
No written report needed. They should push our management style everywhere.
I will say, this time around, it wasn't my fault that we one-shot the enemy, because I was using the character that the game provided me with. This was not my twins that are I3 level 60. The twins here were I3 level 30. So I will dodge the responsibility here and blame the game for us one-shotting the enemies. A temporary lab has been built in the corner of the assembly shop.
We have 2 unused thought devices to examine before we poke around in anyone's head.
Let me see them.
P3 reaches out his gloved hand toward Mesmer Jr. so Charles can interact with the thought devices directly.
This device appears to be around 3 grams heavier than its technical specifications.
Go on then. Let's poke around inside.
As you say, Major.
Charles' tentacles inspect the device and finds a narrow gap between the shell and the plate. Click. The shell splits open.
That is unusual.
Looks pretty. Looks like a ball. Charles raises the shell with 2 tentacles, displaying its inside to the others.
This residue shouldn't be here.
I do believe we've discovered our smoking gun.
So, what is it?
See that? Something broke apart when we opened it up, spilling out this gunk.
Allow me to conduct a quick analysis. It's a synthetic compound. A dissolving capsule made of polymer-soluble material with a biogel inside. Oh, I understand now.
Understand what? Enough with the suspense.
Simply put, I believe Maxim inserted a capsule of polymer-soluble material into these thought devices.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much what you've already said. I thought I thought he was going to give us more of an explanation. But polymer soluble material. Polymer soluble material. Does that mean materials that are soluble with polymer, or that it is materials that make polymer soluble? Because if the idea is to disrupt how polymer works, it would be the latter, I guess, of the two.
Once it makes contact with the user's own polymer, the capsule begins to degrade, breaking with time or pressure, until it releases its contents directly into their bloodstream.
Never mind, it was the former, so it doesn't interact, or rather, it does interact with the polymer, but it doesn't affect the polymer itself. The casing of that capsule is just dissolving as soon as it makes contact with polymer. Okay.
Make it simple for me, Chuck.
It's a poisonous time bomb.
Okay, but why, I mean, why does it make people go crazy?
So, when it goes off, it shoots a crazy pill straight into their brains?
We'll need to do further tests to determine its full effects, but it's possible that the toxin may ultimately be fatal.
We don't have time for empty speculation, gentlemen. May I take a look?
Their investigation continues. P3 stands tapping his foot, impatiently craning his neck away from the operation table. He's been reduced from soldier to Charles' glorified lab champ.
We done yet? I'm getting a cramp standing like this.
Almost. Hold me higher. I can't see the screen.
Yeah. What did I do to deserve this? I should be out there smashing heads.
Yeah, so basically P3 is the equivalent to Hulk. Hulk smash, P3 smash. Bro has only one thing on his mind.
You are a vital asset to this operation, Major. I couldn't have done this without you.
Well, yeah, because you're a glove.
Oh, gee. You're gonna make me tear up, Charles.
I think I've isolated the substance. Do you recognize this molecular structure, X?
No. It could be that this molecular structure is unique to the science of this world. Maybe we can preserve a sample for study back at Laplace.
You do understand your life may depend on this, don't you?
He doesn't really care, does he?
Is there a chemist here? We're having trouble identifying this substance.
I can help. I have a doctorate in medicinal biochemistry.
You did seem to be an expert in intoxicants. Have you sobered up yet?
Right, I forgot that was the guy who we met in the first stage. The drunk guy who could not believe that we were scientists and not just children.
Call me a drunk if you like, but I'm a drunk that got invited to this international summit. Now show me the damned report. I thought you said you were scientists. This one was almost trivial. Even a high schooler could identify it.
Well, yeah, but we're not from your world, and that's the thing that I've been thinking of. This is not the first time that one of the kids have mentioned that. Where was it? Yes. X said, no, it could be that this molecular structure is unique to the science of this world. And I believe this is the second time either Mesmer or X has mentioned something like that. So I'm kind of curious about Ethan here, or even P3, or even the glove guy, Charles. That, like, no one mentioned anything. Why are these kids talking about this world as if it wasn't theirs? You know, I don't know. If I were to hear something like that, it would ring a bell in my brain and say, wait, that sentence is a bit weird, isn't it? And yet no one seems to be pointing it out.
Oh, but this is a tricky one. Its structure looks similar to adamantane. It's a novel kind of synthetic neurotoxin. Quite brilliant, in fact. Maxim could have gotten a patent certificate from the Discovery and Invention Committee.
Focus, please. You're all in serious danger.
I can make a list of compounds that may help neutralize the toxin, but there's no way to guarantee anything. In an ideal clinical environment, we would run trials to determine effective antidotes. Are there any lab animals here?
If only we'd invited Medicine Pocket along.
Hey, Medicine Pocket is not an animal, nor a lab animal. Have some Bro has really no respect for his colleagues, huh? And we love Medicine Pocket. Don't you dare do anything to harm them.
I doubt we'll be able to find any living animals here. We'll have to test the reactivity on blood samples. Maybe we can collect it from the scientists that have died.
I would advise against that. There are too many variables in testing blood from deceased subjects. We need living cellular tissue.
Hold on a minute. Isn't there an obvious fix for all of this?
Major, I assure you, if there were, we would have thought of it before now.
Hear me out. Why don't we just rip these things off of everyone's head before they can release the poison?
Absolutely not.
Maxim accounted for that particular possibility, unfortunately. The capsule is purposefully fragile. Once it's been connected, any kind of tampering with the device is likely to break it early. It's an ingenious trap.
You see, Major? It's too risky. We could end up hastening their descent into madness rather than saving them.
Simply put, we'd do more harm than good.
Okay, got it. Just figured I'd make sure we weren't missing the obvious. Now what? Do we just hope no one dies between now and whenever we can round up some guinea pigs?
Actually, Major, you might just have inspired me. In absentia of any cavia porcellus, we do have the next best thing.
Mesmer shoots a sudden frown at X, already guessing at his plan. He wants to experiment on himself, right? We all know it, right?
You're crazy.
We extract a reduced dosage of the neurotoxin and inject it into me. Then, we test out the antidote systematically until one works.
That is not the scientific process, man. I suppose they are in an emergency, but... God damn it. I feel like at this point, X just wants to commit suicide in fun ways, so he tries various things that could potentially end his life.
You already sound insane.
Yeah, he was like that before he arrived in this world. To be continued. But yeah, I gotta feel like we knew he would be experimenting shit on himself. We knew that. Stage 10. Symptoms. A noble cause may call for sacrifice. Vengeance demands it. Yeah, but vengeance is not always really nice. Well, it's not nice at all. It's a bit of a root of problems in our world.
Gutsy move. But are you sure about this kid? Besides, how do we know your device hasn't already triggered? If we inject more of that stuff into you, even an antidote might not be enough.
I mean, he's not exactly acting crazy at the moment. At least not crazier than he usually is.
It's the best solution I can see. Given I only became polymerized earlier today, I should be especially sensitive to a polymer-based poison. My reaction will be easiest to observe in small, controlled doses. It's what Madame Lucy would do.
He's not wrong about that. It's, yeah, okay. I retract my previous statements. Well, not really, but he does have a good point. Because that is exactly what Lucy did in Chapter 7 of the main story of Reverse 1999. When shit hit the fan, she was experimenting on herself. And this is why she went on a vacation, extended vacation, and you know, in the last patch, Enigma had to become the new director of the LSCC. It's because Lucy was not doing so well after the experimentations, because she lost part of herself doing what she had to do. Yeah, I suppose Lucy gave them a terrible example to follow, as much as I love her. But at the same time, to be fair, I do not see any other way for her to do what she did. For them, on the other hand, I could see a different way. They could model it on a computer. Although they would lack the data to properly model what the substance would... No, never mind. They should be able to model it on a computer and let the computer run the numbers on how potentially the molecules would interact with each other. If you have the proper 3D representation of the molecule, you should be able to know how it would interact with another molecule. At least you should be able to guess, or the computer should be able to guess, but even a dude with knowledge should be able to do that. I unfortunately, when I studied biology, I had to use these softwares that modelize 3D proteins and whatnot, and they kind of look pretty and they're full of colors, but they are very complicated. I will say that much. At least he's doing it on himself. True that. At least he's not using someone else and saying, yeah, we're gonna sacrifice you to test these things. We can give him credit for that, Deidre. I do agree with you there.
No, it isn't. She would never approve of such an irresponsible act of self-sacrifice. Nor will I.
She's got a point. Lucy would not accept an irresponsible act of self-sacrifice from other people. She would do it herself, but she would not agree to allow someone else to do something like that.
Let's just hope that Vertin can convince Maxim to give up an antidote. I won't allow you to gamble your life on this while there is still a chance to find the solution another way.
Their argument has drawn the attention of the still sane scientists.
Sorry, miss, but I think your colleague is right. Dangerous as his plan is, we don't have time to wait. Every minute that passes, more of us could be exposed.
This is exactly what I was afraid of, X. Your irresponsible nature is practically infectious. You just had to drag this whole world down with that special brand of arcanist madness.
Once again, saying dragging this whole world down. I guess in this context, maybe the whole world part doesn't ring any alarm bells in other characters' minds. But talking about arcanists, I feel like these other characters, P3 and Ethan, should be questioning what the fuck an arcanist is supposed to be. Because arcanists do not exist in the world of Atomic Heart. That was said at the very start of the story. And yet no one questions it.
Hold on, Mesmer. I didn't set off this chain of events. Call me a mad scientist if you like, but I don't deserve the blame for what's happening here.
I don't care who's to blame. I still won't let you do this to yourself.
This isn't the time to argue, kids. Maybe you're infecting me with arcane madness, or maybe the poison already got to my head. Doesn't matter.
So I guess maybe, given the way he phrased it, infecting me with arcane madness, maybe he doesn't get what the kids are talking about, but maybe he's just dismissing these little clues because they're kids and he thinks that maybe they, you know, they're chunibios or something like that. And he doesn't really care because now is not exactly the time to analyze their speech because they have more pressing matters. Maybe that could be an explanation. Speaking of Arcane, for some reason Mesmer remind me of Isha in Arcane. Please don't murder me, but I may or may not have not watched Arcane. I watched 2 episodes, it was really, really good, and then I never went back to finish and watch the anime. So I don't know who Isha is, unfortunately. And I don't remember Isha being part of the playable characters in League of Legends, at least not when I used to play. But maybe she came out later. That could be a thing. Because by the time Arcane had come out as an anime, I had stopped playing League of Legends quite a few years before that. So that could be the case, but I don't know who Isha is, I'm afraid. You should totally watch the 3rd episode. Isha was in the 2nd season. Shit, it already got a 2nd season? I mean, if I were to watch Arcane now, I would restart at episode 1 because I barely remember anything. All I remember is seeing my goat, Caitlyn. Because I used to be kind of a Caitlyn main. I mean, she was my favorite character. I wasn't playing her all the time because, you know, you have to adapt your team to what's in front of you, to your opponent. But Caitlyn was my goat. I definitely loved playing Jinx as well, because Jinx is a character that you see quite a lot in Arcane, at least in Season 1 from what I remember, and at least in the first 2 episodes. And then there was also V, right? Not to be confused with V from Cyberpunk. Or could it be that there is some kind of crossover between Cyberpunk and Arcane, or League of Legends, and the protagonist V from Cyberpunk is actually the same as the character V from League of Legends? I was not a fan of V's gameplay, not gonna lie. I didn't play V a whole lot. But yeah, I only have vague memories, so if I do watch Arcane again, which I kind of want to, because in all honesty, it seemed really good. Like, the atmosphere that they managed to set up with the Arcane anime was really solid. And the art style, and like bringing the world of League of Legends to life, kind of, through animation was really impressive. I absolutely loved it. I've mentioned it before, but I used to love the lore of League of Legends. I used to read the character descriptions of each character and whatnot. I kind of stopped at some point before stopping playing the game. But the anime definitely is up my alley, I will say. It's just that for some reason, I've mentioned it before, but I have a hard time sitting down to watch an hour-long episode, but I can sit down to watch 3 20-minute episodes of a different anime, because, you know, the Arcane episodes are more like TV show length, if I recall correctly, rather than anime length, so around 45 minutes or so, rather than 23 minutes or so. And I don't know, maybe anime has skewed my way of watching shit, because I tend not to want to spend an hour, even though I will spend an hour watching 3 episodes. For some reason, I don't want to watch an entire episode. It's kind of a weird thing there, but that's more of a me problem, and it's more V like in violence. Is it? Isn't it because of her tattoo? I mean, it is VI, but doesn't she have a VI tattoo? And I always thought it was supposed to be 6, because I don't think I ever read V's background info. I think I had stopped reading things at that point. I mostly remember Caitlyn's life, Jinx's life to a certain extent, I suppose, and other characters that I enjoyed back then. But I don't think I've ever read anything about V directly. So was it not supposed to be a reference to her tattoo? Because I do believe she has a tattoo, right? Or am I misremembering that? The French studio Fortiche did an amazing job. Wait, it was done by a French studio? I might have known that information before, but I definitely have forgotten. Or maybe I never knew in the first place. Interesting. Hey, we're coming out with... we French people are coming out with some good stuff now. Between Arcane and more recently Expedition 33. Different stuff, you know, but still French in nature, I suppose. I suppose I can be proud. I suppose I shouldn't be proud of our World Cup. We kind of fumbled completely against Spain. And previous matches were decent, quite good. We played well, more or less, but we weren't against like the strongest teams or anything. And the first time we we had to face a strong team, we completely fumbled. And we also lost the small final for the 3rd place. But at the very least, it was a good match. Ah, well, anyway, not the point. Yeah, she got a tattoo on the cheek saying V. Okay, but it stands for violence, not just, like, it's not the Roman numeral for 6, I guess. For some reason, I always had that thought in my mind. Maybe I should have read her character description thing.
I'll do it. I'll be your guinea pig.
Oh, Ethan is volunteering. Well, why not?
Besides, I've put myself through regular trials of intoxication for most of my life. What's another neurotoxin?
When he says regular trials of intoxication, does he just mean that he likes getting drunk? Because getting drunk and getting injected, even with a small dose of a neurotoxin that could kill you, it's not exactly the same thing.
That's not the point.
No, it's not. The point is that I'm not letting a kid put himself on the line on my account. My vision's starting to get blurry. Good bet I'm already exposed, so let's get on with it.
Maybe you should put on your glasses or change prescription? I'm assuming that's not the problem.
If that's the case, we may as well try. But I'm not happy with it.
All right, nice and tight.
After confirming that Ethan is securely tied, Mesmer Jr takes out an injector that she brought from Laplace. Using a familiar tool makes her feel a little more at ease. I don't like the sound of this music, because this music is original to Reverse 1999, and usually that music plays when something bad is about to happen. Usually, not all the time, but usually.
Hey, kid. You don't have to do this yourself if you don't agree. It's a simple injection.
Shush. I'm the only other person here with medical experience. I would never have allowed anyone to do this back home. I guess I'm the mad scientist now.
Mesmer Jr stabs the needle into Ethan's arm, pushing the plunger down in a slow, even release.
Your body temperature is rising, likely a reaction to the toxin or the antidote.
Oh, okay, no, the beep comes from the game. I was wondering what that beep was, and I was like, wait, is it coming from outside? Or something? Like maybe there is another thing wrong with my electrical installation, and I'm about to get another power surge, but no. It just comes from the game. This kind of scared me for a second.
How do you feel?
My limbs are numb, and my eyes are losing focus. Feels like I'm staring up at the northern lights.
Well, at least northern lights are pretty.
First antidote not working. We'll observe you over the next 5 minutes and then try the next one.
Mesmer?
What now? We're doing what you wanted, aren't we? Just leave me to my work.
Mesmer Jr tries not to lose her temper as she looks back at X.
The antidotes could react to each other if applied on the same subject. So, why not try the next one on me?
And on top of that, we don't know that 5 minutes would be enough for the neurotoxin to be cleared out of his system. So, like, the way they're testing this is really not the best way to do that. And I guess X is right, they should be trying various antidotes on various people. Although, there is also the fact that various antidotes could work very differently in various people. But that's another matter entirely.
It's about time. I'm beginning to experience symptoms. Diplopia, nausea, the works.
You'd better come back with a solution, Vertin.
Well, no pressure, right? No pressure on Vertin. The belly ash that crashed through the ceiling is now lying on the ruins it created.
Combat concluded. No signs of injury or damage. We should return to our mission, comrades.
It is at this moment that she notices a slight inconsistency between the twins' movements.
Left. Are you alright?
Running diagnostic.
She said left. Are you all right? Moving on.
Are you hurt?
Negative. Test complete. All systems functioning. We can proceed.
Oh no, is she getting hacked?
The breach in the ceiling will allow us to compensate for lost time. Transport mode activated.
I think she just grabbed Vertin again. Yep, left sweeps her companion into her arms again, preparing to jump up from the belly ash's remains.
Again, please brace for impact.
Not to worry. I feel quite safe in your arms.
Oh.
I am pleased to hear that, Comrade Doctor.
Left nods at her companion. She then jumps nimbly through the hole in the ceiling to reach the second floor. The warning lights flash as the airtight door creaks open, illuminating the power control room.
Please be careful, Comrade. We advise you to stay outside of the room until it is secured.
That must be why Sechenov always preferred the company of robots. Always ready to sacrifice themselves for the good of humanity.
Maxim sits relaxedly in a soft chair in front of the instrument panel.
I wonder what you really think. Do you see other robots as your people? Does that emotion module of yours prick with doubt or pain when you see your kind die?
We are not obligated to answer your questions, Maxim.
Oh. I suppose the real question is, can a robot truly even die? That's a question that would have fascinated me when I was younger.
I mean, yes. Yes, a robot can truly die if you smash... Because, I mean, the philosophical question is, what makes a person, right? Their body, their mind, their memories, etc., right? For a robot, I would assume it is whatever model they're using to process information. It would be a combination of both, right? The model they're using and the memories that they have saved. So if you destroy their storage device, I don't know if they use SSDs or whatnot, but if you destroy the SSD, I would assume that would equate to the death of that robot, because even if you were to recreate a robot with the exact same model, and somehow you had a backup copy of all the memories of the robot that had died or was destroyed, even if you give it to another robot, that would just be a copy of that of the previous robot, because it comes back to the philosophical question about people, right? We often have discussions, or we see in movies and TV shows that you could transfer your consciousness into from one body to another body, right? And in that sense, you would supposedly be the same person. But it is supposedly, right? Because what if your transfer is not actually a transfer, but just a copy? Like, we can take the example of Cyberpunk 2077 with Johnny Silverhand's Engram. That Engram is a perfect replica of his brain, or his personality, and who he was as a person prior to his death. But it is just that, a copy. It is not the original. It is not the one, because the one that the original one has passed away. He has died, right? So in that sense, I guess that we could say that robots can die. I think, probably, because the only thing you could do is make a copy of them, unless, like I said, unless the SSD survives or something like that. If that's the case, then it would kind of be like taking someone's brain and putting it in someone else's body, because as far as we know, most of our personality and memories and all of these things come from our brain. Now, we've never really attempted something like that, as far as I know, you know, taking one person's brain and putting it into someone else's body, so I can't really answer the question for sure, but with my personal understanding of all of this, I would say yes, a robot can indeed truly die. Oh, welcome back, Jib. Just found out that you can dismantle 3-star weapons I got in gacha to convert into the shop currency, Stardust equivalent in Genshin, the ones you use to buy materials, and 4-star weapons to convert into Star Glitter, the ones you can buy holes in Genshin equivalent. What game are you talking about, Chip? Though that's kind of the question. You're not talking about Genshin, right? But what are you talking about then? Which game, I mean? And D20 superior or equal to 10. I'm dismantling these items and pulling for the character. Well, it seems that you are indeed dismantling them items and pulling for that character. Which character are you pulling for or want to pull for, Chip? I think I've seen this plot before. iRobot vibes. Yeah, kind of, yeah. You would see it in that as well. This is also the same principle as that, forgot that name, ship. Oh, the Theseus ship. Yes, like the, if the original parts of the ship has been repaired, reworked, will you still call it the same ship as before? Yeah, right. The Theseus ship. You keep repairing it and replacing parts of it, and at some point all of the original parts are no longer there, right? So is it still the same ship or not? That is a good debate, a good point. I think in the case of the humans or the what do you call that? Or the androids here, the answer might be a bit more clear-cut, just because there is always something that needs to remain, in my opinion, for us to be able to call it the same person or the same robot, i.e. the memory box, whether it is an SSD or a brain, that needs to remain the same, in my opinion. Unfortunately for a ship, you don't really have an equivalent to that. So for the ship, I have to admit I don't have a proper answer to that. I don't know. But for a human being or for an android, I would say the main piece that needs to be there to be called the same would be the brain or the storage device, I guess. And Girls Frontline 2. Ah, are you polling for another wheelchaired lady? Oh no, that was in Arknights, right? The wheelchaired lady, I think. I forgot her name, I'm afraid. The only wheelchair lady whose name I know of is Noir, and we love Noir. Although, wait, no, I guess Mornier also sometimes travels in a wheelchair, or used to at the very least. And there was that one character, he was a dude, in a game that I forgot the name of, and I also forgot the name of the of the character. Never mind. No wheelchair playable in Girls Frontline 2 for now. I suppose it might be hard to make a wheelchair character in Girls Frontline. If I recall correctly, Girls Frontline 2 Exilium is kind of like an XCOM-like in terms of gameplay, right? And I believe you can vault over, like your characters can vault over obstacles and stuff like that. So I don't know how they would implement that with a character that is in a wheelchair. Either the wheelchair can somehow fly, or they deliberately limit the movement of the character because they can't vault over obstacles or something like that. But maybe the character could go further because they're rolling instead of running or something like that. I don't know. It is an interesting idea, I will say. But we got a fucking doll riding a metallic horse. Okay, if you got a doll riding a metallic horse, then I think you could have a lady in a wheelchair. Why not? And we have one hell of a gorilla unit. He's basically on a mech. Okay. I guess, but I guess the mobility of the mech and the mobility of a metallic horse is not the same thing as the mobility you have on a wheelchair, right? Because the wheelchair can just roll and move forward, backwards, to the sides and whatnot, whereas the mech can still technically walk, and same thing with the horse, it can walk and jump and run and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I don't know how they would implement it exactly, but it would be, again, interesting in my opinion, to add such a character.
Maxim, what did you do to the thought devices?
What makes you think I would tell you?
Maxim stands up, fixing his wrinkled trousers.
I'm not from here. I don't know what Collective 2.0 means to you or to this country. I just want to understand. You expressed concerns about it before. Maybe you think the world would be better off without it. I don't know. But what I do know is that what you've done here is wrong. Whatever the intention was, it wasn't worth killing innocent people.
Whatever the intention. You're more right than you know, young lady.
A huge robot with a round belly appears behind Maxim.
But I'm not special. Making ends justify the means. That's just the way we do things here. Haven't you figured that out?
No, because we're still trying to figure things out. Don't have any of the answers that you do, so no. We don't know, actually. Anyways, I'll be pulling for now. Good luck to you, Chip. I hope that your pulling session goes well, and that whoever that lady is, yeah, right, because in Go Frontline 2 there are only ladies, right? It's only women in that game. But I hope that she will come home to you in the very first 10 pull. Because don't forget, Chip, 1 10 pull is all you need. We're gonna go the lore accurate way once again. Can I not select my own twins? Nah, my twins are not there, are they? No, in use, I can't select my twins. Sad. I wanted to see them in action with their new skin.
The curtain opens.
Oh well. Lore accurate fight it is. It doesn't matter what afflatus we're using. We might as well
Computation check.
Activate overclock restrictions lifted.
Secure channel created.
Interacting with polymer.
I wonder if there is a point in like using blue cards when I'm actually going to use yellow cards.
No written report needed.
And once again, I will mention that I was
everywhere.
using the character that was given to me by the game. So it's not like I was overpowered. Oh, yes, it's not like I was overpowered and just one-shot the enemy. The game wanted me to one-shot the enemy. It's not my fault. The robot is torn apart, its components scattering all over the floor. Sparks pop from its torn wiring, lighting Maxim's dispirited face.
Target down. Area secured.
Please, Maxim, tell us. Is there an antidote, or at least some way to prevent exposure?
Is that your best effort? The Argentum unit would have at least brought truth serum.
I don't know what that is, man.
If you were trying to stop Collective 2.0 from launching, you already succeeded. There's no way they'll release it on schedule after everything that happened here. Do more people really need to die just to make this a bigger scandal?
She's got a point. Maxim places one hand on his temple, pondering, then lets it fall to his side.
Sechenov deserves every punishment coming to him. But you're right. I never wanted people to suffer in vain.
Well, if you wanted Sechenov to suffer, make him suffer. Why did you kill all of these other people?
There is an antidote.
Okay.
Abnormal heart rhythm detected. Comrade Doctor, be careful. He may be engaging in deception.
It's all right. Please, Maxim, just share it with us.
It's a simple antidote. Though, I'm afraid I'll be taking the first dose.
He draws He draws a pistol out of his pocket. I suppose he's not wrong. If you don't want to die from the capsule, you can just kill yourself with a gun. That works. I guess that's a solution.
One shot of lead to end the suffering of a hopeless man in this hopeless country!
Maxim, no!
Okay. That was abrupt. That was very much abrupt. I will say it didn't hit as hard as what happened with Brown. I forgot his first name, but it didn't hit as hard as what happened with the with Karen's friend, basically. Because this is not the first suicide we see in Reverse 1999, for those of you who might not have seen that. But in the chapter that involves Karen, basically we learn about his friend, and that's the thing, right? We see the relationship that this guy had with Karen, we see the relationship that Karen had with his friend, the respect and potential love that they shared, or friendship. I don't know if it's romantic love or just friendship love. Why not for our fans of yaoi, of course. For our friends of yaoi, for our fans of yaoi. Anyway. But yeah, we had a deeper connection, I would say, with that character. And it hit hard. How many people Vertin had seen commit suicide? I don't know, because she did not see like, for instance, the example I've talked about with Karen and Brown. I don't believe that Vertin was present. Only Karen was there when his friend committed suicide. So I don't really know how many people Vertin has seen commit suicide. That being said, Vertin has seen people die a lot. In chapter 3, if I recall correctly, yeah, it was chapter 3, when she was a kid. I mean, she's still a kid, technically speaking. She's like 15 or 16 years old at this point. But when she was much younger, she wanted to escape from the Foundation, and she wanted to discover the world, basically. Not really escape for good, but just play hooky, I think is an expression in English. But yeah, basically she just wanted to get out of the Foundation ground. And I will always blame motherfucking Constantine for that, because she manipulated events so that Vertin could indeed leave the grounds of the Foundation. Except the problem is that there was a storm coming, and she escaped with a bunch of her friends, and she saw her friends disappear in the storm. She saw them getting reversed by time. So that was probably the first time, at least as far as we know. Otherwise, she has seen other people disappear in the storm, like Schneider, Mr. Carson. That was at the very beginning of chapter 1, though chapter 1 happens after chapter 3, because chapter 3 is more of a prequel, I suppose, if you want to call it that. But she has seen many people disappear in the storm. Hell, she's seen her mother disappear in the storm. In chapter 10? Yes, at the end of chapter 10, when we are chasing Erd to Antarctica, and that Arcana gets revived and she triggers a flood. Erd is... what do you call that? Is dissolved into the waters of the flood. So she's even seen her own mother being dissolved like that. So Vertin has seen a lot of shit. This might just be the first actual gun suicide that I can think of, sure. But even then, I think there might have been other gun-related deaths that Vertin might have seen, but not... I can't think of one off the top of my head. But she has seen a lot of things. And you kind of tell by how mature she acts for a teenager, because let's not forget, like I said, she's supposed to be 15 or 16 years old, so Vertin is supposed to be a teenager. She does not act like a teenager. And I think part of it is because of everything she's seen. So the conclusion is Vertin needs therapy, and a lot of it. I mean, she seems to be handling it well, but that's one thing I would love to explore in the actual main storyline of Reverse 1999, is Vertin's mental state. How does she feel about everything that she's been through? Because as much as I love Vertin as a protagonist, she doesn't really open up to anyone. She doesn't really open up to her own feelings and share any kind of feelings at all. She's extremely rational, at least she portrays herself and conducts herself as being very rational and not really affected by any kind of emotions most of the time, if not all the time. So I would be very interested in seeing Vertin be more emotional for one reason or another. Or she doesn't have to show the emotion, but she could talk about her feelings. That would be definitely quite nice. Stage 11. Retrofuturism. There is strength in numbers, especially when you have a lot of windows to break. Sure. And why is Nora here? Oh god, is she going to moan and make weird, say weird shit again? Not that I mind, I like Nora, she was kind of a fun character. We haven't seen her a whole lot, but I kind of want to see her more. One by one, the other scientists volunteer themselves. They come wordlessly and resign to do or die for the good of all the others. The only sound in the room is the dull moaning of the insane. Mesmer Jr crosses another item of her list. There has been no sign of improvement from any attempt yet.
Atropine, vinactazine, pralidoxime. We've almost tried everything. Maybe obidoxime? We'd have to be extremely careful with the dose.
It worked! We found it!
Oh? Mesmer Jr bolts upright at the exclamation, though she balances optimism and pessimism as she follows the voice to its source.
The 6th antidote worked! Subject 6 has regained consciousness!
Oh, crispy critters, finally.
Don't celebrate yet. It could be terminal lucidity. We'll need to observe him a little longer, but we can start preparing his antidote for the others. If we determine it's effective, we'll start treatment in order of severity and length of seizure.
Mesmer Jr.'s commands are carried out immediately. Soon, the first group of patients regain consciousness. Oh, good.
Phew. That's an immediate amelioration of symptoms. I think we've found our winner. It's strange. I can almost feel the polymer reacting inside me.
It's possible that you're more sensitive to the treatment, just like you predicted.
I think you may have saved my life, Mesmer.
Just don't ever make me have to do this for you again. No more random injections. Got it?
Yeah, he's definitely gonna do it again.
That's asking a lot for a Laplace researcher, don't you think?
Yeah.
This isn't Laplace. You really can be insufferable sometimes.
Oh. Do we ship these two? Why not? Mesmer Jr and X. I don't think anyone has ever mentioned a ship between, or a ship with X, or a ship with Mesmer Jr. Or at the very least, I've never seen one online, and I don't think chat has ever mentioned it. So why not? We could ship them together, why not? They would hate it. I mean, she would hate it. He would probably have fun. But it could be a fun pairing, why not?
What happened to the power? Is anyone using a respirator? Get them on a backup immediately.
It's not the power. Everything's still running.
Self-destruct sequence activated. Countdown, 15 minutes.
Ah. We had finally found a, We had finally found an antidote. And now we have a new problem. Fucking hell. We can't win in this game, can we? Those are being too shippable? Oh, do you mean like it would work really well between X and Mesmer Jr? I think so too, at least in terms of like actual tropes in anime and whatnot. I think it would make for a fun rom-com between the two of them. It could definitely work out. It would be interesting at the very least.
Self-destruct sequence?
Mesmer Jr and Little X. Mesmer Jr and Little X. Your parent is waiting for you at the power control room. Repeat. Your parent is waiting for you at the power control room.
Is that Nora? And is she saying that Vertin is their parent? I thought that Mesmer Jr and X were older than Vertin.
Huh?
That has to be Vertin. She might be in trouble. I guess we'll have to go find our parent.
The half-mad scientist sits up and unties the ropes around his body, while his colleague rolls her eyes.
Looks like I don't need to worry about your condition. Are you sure you're ready for action?
Absolutely. Just as long as you don't expect me to be as dexterous as the twins.
But what about the other patients?
We've got things handled here. We've even got the drunk back on his feet. Just go.
Well, well, well. Hopefully we won't die.
Tereshkova has sent out a broadcast to your colleagues.
Oh, I forgot about Tereshkova's existence. Tereshkova is the creepy robot, the one with the creepy face. Ah, well. I knew I did not recognize Nora's voice, but I was like, I don't want to think about anyone else. I think my memory, my brain, purposefully blocked the memory of Tereshkova. Well. Oh well, it is what it is.
A large number of Maxim's robots appear to be leaving their patrol routes. Given the circumstances, any attempt at evacuation will be a significant risk. Should we proceed?
We have to do whatever we can to preserve lives.
Understood. I will attempt to locate suitable vehicles within the facility.
By the way, this whole situation, this whole mess, is because Maxim, aka Vanya, is mad as Sechenov. Where is Sechenov? This whole thing is about him, and we haven't seen him one bit ever since this whole situation started.
Comrade Doctor, your friends will arrive in 3, 2, 1.
Left opens the door, allowing the two Laplace researchers to tumble inside. They look singed and smell of burning metal. As the door closes, a horde of violent robots slams up against the heavy door.
What's this about a self-destruct sequence, Vertin? Where's Maxim?
And why have you become our parent? Her eyes follow a glance. Her eyes follow a glance down to the floor. Maxim lies in a pool of scarlet blood, a hole pierced through his temple. His hand is still clutching the instrument of his demise.
I couldn't stop him. The sequence was activated as soon as he died.
It appears that Maxim programmed a tripwire into the facility's self-destruct protocols. The only way to abort the procedure is to enter the administrator password, which has been altered. Speculation.
And only Maxim knows the password.
Mesmer Jr. moves her eyes from Maxim to her companion and immediately connects why she is needed here. Oh, wait. Could we make Maxim's corpse talk? Because Mesmer stumbled upon a dude who had the tendril thingy, the thought devices implanted into him, and he was dead, but he was still talking for a few seconds. Or rather, it was the polymer inside of him that was talking through the device. So maybe we could do the same thing with Maxim. As long as he's been polymerized, we could try to do that.
I may be able to use artificial somnambulism to extract information from his dying brain matter.
Oh, never mind.
There is a complication.
The giant hole in his brain matter? She needs not state the obvious to anyone present. A bullet went through his head. Yeah.
Let's hope he didn't destroy his hippocampus.
He's been polymerized, right? We already saw that it preserves some measure of the individual's brain activity after death.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't possibly predict how artificial somnambulism would interact with a technology like that. And even so, we know that the polymer doesn't preserve life. It only extends a limited imprint. We can't be sure of the extent or even the stability of Maxim's memories. Diving into a dead man's dreams, even if we were fully equipped, and we're not, we could still end up lost in it.
Yeah, so the solution with the thought device would be better, then it would be less risky, I suppose.
Nevertheless, what other option do we have?
So, I'll play the mad scientist yet again. It's becoming a pattern working with you two. X, I'll need some improvised equipment. I'll make a list. I don't care if they run on a hamster wheel or marbles running down a course. Just make them functional.
I'll facilitate your every expectation. Left, would you mind giving me a hand?
Searching for keywords. Artificial somnambulism.
Yeah.
0 results found. But I am at your service, comrade doctors.
First, we need a glass harmonica. Is there one here?
Unfortunately, the Polymer Exhibition Hall does not contain any musical instruments of that variety.
But it's essential for artificial somnambulism. X, can you build it?
A glass harmonica is that easy to build?
Sure. Give me 4 hours and a room the size of a football field.
Yeah, we have less than 15 minutes.
This isn't the time for jokes. Left, could you find a suitable substitute?
But what exactly from the glass harmonica is needed for artificial somnambulism to work?
Searching for exhibits with similar functions and potentially useful raw materials.
Oh, sorry. As if waiting for the most dramatic moment, the repair vendor in the corner reactivates, bathing the room in red scanner lights.
Sounds like you could use a little assistance.
Well, hello there, Nora. We have missed you, kind of.
I can make you a glass harmonica, just so long as you give me what I need.
Why does she say it the way she does, man? The way she reads that line.
Nora, I thought you were out of commission.
Truth be told, I've been trying to get out of this place since the self-destruct sequence started. But I'm trapped here, alone and unloved. If only some handsome hero were around to carry me to safety. But since I don't want to die surrounded by a bunch of brats, how about you help a girl out and feed me?
Oh god, the way she's written, the way the voice actress reads the lines, and I'm not complaining. Like, I love it. It's just weird as fuck, but it's very funny.
We'll need as much glass as we can find.
Oh god. I like Nora. It is, again, very strange but very funny at the same time. Nora, I know a good technician that can give you a body that match your personality. Do you mean yourself, Daedra? Because I know you are a technician, right? Can you build a body? I know you want to give her a body. That's not the same thing. But can you build a robotic body, my man? Because that's kind of difficult. In no time at all, X has managed to direct the construction of an awkward but functional glass harmonica, though the various parts nearly fill up the entire room.
Your intuitive grasp of technology is astounding, Comrade Doctor. I have made a recording of your process for future reference.
I know I said you could make it any way you like, but will this thing really work?
I'm positively certain. It's an unorthodox design, I know, but the physics are sound.
I'll take your word for it. Now, who's going to dive into Maxim's dream?
Me, Vertin. We have experience in the artificial somnambulism. I mean, we do it every couple of weeks to start off, but also during chapter 3. Now, we had been plunged into the artificial somnambulism for quite a while before waking back up. No, in PGR, the leader technician of Babylonia, the responsible for most designs of PGR. Oh, okay. Yeah, right, okay, I know. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think since I don't play PGR, it doesn't really come to mind, but that would make more sense. Because they are quite adept at making these kinds of things, right? I mean, no offense to you, of course, Daedra. I'm sure you're a very competent technician. But the technology right now in our real world is not exactly readily available to easily construct androids, right? So it's kind of hard to do in our real world, but in the world of PGR, that makes more sense.
Oof, I wouldn't dare be caught with such a hideous man. That hole in his head was practically an improvement.
And hello, Medi_FPS, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well, and thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to our community. As we always say, I hope you enjoy your stay. We're not, we're nice, we're weird but nice. We promise we don't bite unless we have consent, otherwise we just nibble. What exactly does that mean? I don't know, but that is our greeting message to new community members. Anyway, I hope you will enjoy the rest of the stream. And, oh, and congratulations to us! We have reached Twitch's goal to get to 240 followers. Thank you, Medi, for being the 240th follower. That was hard to say. Not gonna lie, I'm slowly dying on my chair. My back is hurting, my neck is hurting, my body is shutting down. I will probably have a quick exit after we're done with the story. I don't think we're gonna do the floating flashback, the new game mode that is incredibly hard. I don't think we're gonna do that on stream, I'm afraid. I think I'm gonna have to end stream quite quickly after the story's done. But we are going to finish the story properly. No worries about that. But I need to try and rest properly tonight. Because last night I once again could not sleep until 5 AM because my brain sucks. It sucks balls, man. And we still have a stream tomorrow, and we have important things to do tomorrow in Cyberpunk 2077. But anyways, once again, I thank you and I welcome you. And I welcome you to witness Nora, the freakiest fridge I've ever seen.
Me! Let me try.
Of course you would.
No. You're the only one who can fix the machine if anything happens.
And we need Mesmer Jr to control the thing. Everyone else is a robot. We can't ask the twins to do it. So the last one that remains, the number of candidates dwindles. And the only candidate that is possible is none other than...
I'll go.
There you go.
I have experience stream diving.
Yeah, we do it every couple of weeks. I actually did it like last week or something like that. Yeah, we're the 24th. Yeah, we are used to it.
You may require the assistance of someone familiar with polymer-based technology. With your permission, I will accompany you, comrade.
You can enter other people's dreams? Robots can do that? No offense, I'm not trying to be a racist or anything. I have never called you a clanker, for instance. I do want to note that. I'm just curious. I didn't know that robots could do that.
It should be possible to send you both. I've created an interface on the device that Left can plug into directly.
Okay.
I suggest against it.
Oh.
We can't afford to lose both of you.
Ah, so you're already... imagining the worst, that Vertin would die. Well, isn't that great?
Your concern is noted, Miss Mesmer. But the risks are greater if either of us goes alone.
True that.
I'm going to need a long vacation after this. Vertin, put the helmet on. Left, plug in. There may be a brief tingling sensation, but don't panic. It won't last.
A tingling.
Right.
Yes. One of the side effects of artificial somnambulism.
Understood. Ready to connect.
We trust you, Mesmer Jr. X.
Appreciated, Vertin. I'll fortify the room as best as I can. We should be able to hold out for now.
To be fair, it's not like we have that much of a choice but to trust them.
All right. I'll guide you in.
To be continued. Very well. I do find it interesting diving into the dreams of a dying man. I don't really know how that would work, especially considering he has a hole in his brain. No. I'm curious to see what happens. Stage 12. Trapped in limbo. The depths of a soul trapped in the past. I also wonder what it will
Mama,
look like.
when will you be back? Before you know it, Vanya.
Will I see you tomorrow? Mama? Mama?
So bro is thinking about his mother as he's dying?
Can you hear me, Vertin? As I feared, the dream is unstable. There's abnormal data mixed in with Maxim's fading memories. I presume it's coming from the polymer.
Oh. It's a strange, dilapidated room. Through the doorway, it seems to lead to another seemingly identical room, and then another and another, as though it were a maze of mirrors.
I hear you, Mesmer. I think the room I'm in must be Maxim's home.
This dream is likely to be different from anything you've ever handled before. I don't know what lies ahead.
I'll be ready. Just keep things running up there.
A stately grandfather clock tolls in the time, and with it, a woman appears by the dining table.
Hurry up, Vanya.
He has a cute voice. Maxim trudges through the doorway and sits down at the table, not as a child, but as a full-grown man.
You'll have to head straight to school after breakfast. Remember what I told you. Wash your hands, keep your mask on, and apply disinfectant as soon as you get home. That's right.
The woman holds up another finger with each reminder. It's the gentle sing-song instruction of a mother to her young child, completely oblivious to his apparent age. After that, the woman turns to the sink and goes through the motions of washing a dish, yet there is nothing in her hands. A moment later, she answers an unheard question.
No. Mama probably won't be home tonight. Neither will Papa. Have you finished? Off to school, then. Let the teachers know right away if you feel ill. Understood?
The woman removes her apron and dons a doctor's coat as she bids Maxim a simple, affectionate goodbye. So she was a doctor. I mean, I suppose during plague conditions, doctors are at high risk of being infected by whatever is plaguing the world, I guess. So maybe she died during the plague and she got infected while treating patients or something like that. And by the way, if you take a look at him, he looks dead inside. Which is kind of weird because we're already inside of him and he's already dead. It's kind of a weird thing to say, I guess. As she leaves, Maxim rises from his seat and stretches toward the grandfather clock. He pulls delicately on the minute hand, forcing it back counterclockwise. Oh. He's going back in time.
Hurry up, Vanya.
To witness it over and over again. That is sad. Especially if this is the last thing you kind of experience before your ultimate death. Maxim re-enters from the same door and sits at the dining table again.
Wash your hands, keep your mask on, and apply disinfectant as soon as you get home. That's right.
Everything proceeds just as it had before, a repeated moment frozen in time.
This subliminal space bears notable similarities to Limbo.
Limbo? Like in the Divine Comedy?
The name was chosen based on its similarity to the liminal spiritual realm. We use it to refer to subconscious spaces generated by polymerized individuals.
Interesting, because we do have Limbo as well. It is one of the artificial somnambulism game modes, and it is part of the. It is the one that, you know, where we what do you call that? We go into dreams and whatnot. To be fair, to be honest, I don't exactly remember the whole lore behind artificial somnambulism outside of what Chapter 3 told us, and even then, I probably have forgotten parts of it. But more importantly. Yeah, right, the other game mode in artificial somnambulism is called Lucidscape. Right, kind of like a landscape of lucid dreams, I suppose, or something like that. But it is interesting that the concept of Limbo would also exist as the same definition for the dream. I guess maybe it just exists in the real world in the first place, and both games took inspiration. But I'm wondering if, like, this concept of limbo is just something that they're introducing here because of the collaboration with Reverse 1999, or if it was a concept that was perhaps explored in the story of Atomic Heart itself.
It appears that this bears a strong resemblance to the space created by your artificial somnambulism device. However, it is not clear if this space is in fact limbo, or a dream, or some reflection of them both.
Maxim does not react to their conversation, nor indeed even to his mother. He simply returns to the clock time after time, winding the moment back.
We're on a deadline, remember? We need to induce Maxim to recall his password. But try not to push him too hard.
That's right.
There's no telling what additional stress might do to the dream state. We're already operating in the margins. Maybe start by collecting clues from the surroundings.
This moment must be from Maxim's childhood. Do you have any idea what's going on?
No.
Speculation. This appears to be during the early months of the plague. During this time, hospitals were overloaded, and doctors were often forced to work long hours, isolated in quarantine zones.
Oh, wait. What if this is the day his mother never returned home after a long shift? Potentially. Maybe this is the last day, the last time he's ever seen her before she died. And I will say one thing that I believe Dan had mentioned yesterday or something. It might have been Dan, or it might have been someone else. I think it was Dan. But the point is that this is very much interesting given the fact that we ourselves, because I believe that what we said yesterday was that this storyline is interesting because number one, there is a plague, number two, there is an AI uprising of some kind, right? And we kind of have a similar thing that has happened in our real world, right? We had the COVID-19 pandemic, and then we have AI increasing RAM prices for one. They haven't started their uprising yet. At the very least, there is that. But they're already causing problems, whether it is the RAM prices, the data centers that consume a shit ton of potable or drinkable water, and also, you know, contributing to global warming in a way because they do consume a lot of power, etc., right? So it is kind of interesting how close to reality this story seems to be. Especially because, like, for instance, during COVID, there were a lot of doctors who were indeed infected. Although, I will say, perhaps a lot less than whatever happened in the game of Atomic Heart, just because of the... although, I guess, wait, no, maybe the technology is the same, or even better in the Soviet Union of Atomic Heart. But I don't know if the protocols are the same. Because thankfully, our medical staff has incredibly careful protocols to follow to try and avoid the doctors being contaminated and such. Obviously, nothing is perfect, of course, and some doctors did end up getting infected and did end up dying, unfortunately. But I don't think they were that numerous. I have to admit, I do not have a number, a specific statistics for that. But it definitely happened, and it is very sad because the doctors are there to help you, you know. They are there to try and basically save the world from said pandemic, whether it was COVID-19. I mean, with COVID-19, it's not like we were ever at a risk of human extinction or anything like that. The plague that they got hit with in the Soviet Union here, I think it could have been an extinction event in the sense that they lost 150 million people, which is not a little number. It is very much akin to the plague that hit, you know, the what's it? Yeah, I guess no, it's just called the plague, the Black Death, I guess. Also is that because yeah, the White Death is the other one. Anyway, not the point. But yeah, the plague that hit Europe a few hundred years ago, where we lost like what 70% of our entire population or something like that. Oh wait, is there something wrong with my connection? I saw something wrong with my connection for a second, and then I saw also the what do you call that, the game reconnecting. Please, no more problems. We had one crash. Not again. Please, not again. Anyway, what was I saying? Right, yeah, we lost 70% of our population in Europe during the years of the Black Plague, and it could have wiped out at least the humans in Europe for sure. Other regions of the world might have been spared as long as the people from Europe did not travel to these places to infect them as well. Inadvertently, I would assume, but you know. I don't know if the plague could have wiped us out entirely, but still, we could have lost even more, because, like I said, we lost 70 to 80% of the population. That does mean that we didn't lose 100%, which is kind of good, I suppose. But still, it is kind of a huge number, an unthinkable number. And I've managed to yap my way out of the ads. I was just trying to wait out the ads on Twitch so that we can proceed with the story. As they talk, the clock's hands suddenly speed up, fast-forwarding the scene in the room until it chimes again. Dong. Maxim still sits at the dining table, staring out into the void.
Do you hear that?
They are announcing funerals, Comrade Doctor.
Maxim turns toward the door, his face expressionless and hollow. Cries seem to come from all sides of the room.
Come here, Vanya. Don't be afraid.
A man resembling Maxim crouches in front of him, hugging an invisible figure.
That must be Maxim's father.
Your mama is fine. I got a call from her earlier. She's just too busy to come home. You know, your mama is very brave. She is doing a great service for us all. Someone must go to the hospitals and take care of all the sick. I know you miss her. So do I. But there are others that need her more than we do now.
Andrei speaks gently to the invisible figure.
Now your papa has a job to do too. So you must stay here and take good care of yourself until we get back.
I wonder what the profession of Andrei is, because I'm assuming he died too, but of what?
Don't worry about me, son. I'll send our little robot round to say hi whenever I can.
The man produces a small robot from his pocket. It looks identical to the one in Maxim's family photo.
That sickness has hurt many people, but your papa will do something to stop it. Since robots never get sick, we'll have them keep the world spinning. That is how we will save our land and our people.
Andrei passes the invisible figure the little robot, though it disappears as soon as it leaves his hand. Wait, what was Sechenov's name? Was it Andrei? Because I remember it was something Sergeyevich, Sergeyevich, I think. Sergeyevich Sechenov. I think that was his full name, but I don't remember if it was Andrei or not. I'm wondering, because this man, Andrei, is, I think, working with robots, and I'm wondering if he kind of maybe left Vanya alone while he was grieving for his mother, and that is why Vanya, aka Maxim, is so mad at Sechenov, is because it is his own father.
Promise me, you'll take good care of yourself, Vanya.
The number of deaths had already exceeded 20 million at this point. Soviet society was on the verge of collapse, and the death toll continued to rise until Dr. Sechenov helped to invent the redemption vaccine using his polymer.
And the vaccine is called the Redemption. What if he named it the Redemption Vaccine because he was trying to redeem himself for abandoning his child? Because it is a bit of a weird name for a vaccine. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. Maxim at last seems to react to their presence, though he does not turn to face them. Andre leaves, and the clock's hands speed up once more. Maxim returns to the dining table. Knock. The door opens. Two men in protective suits enter the room. Before they say anything, the same near-invisible presence rushes over to hug them. Yet they seem to push it away.
You're mistaken, comrade. We're not your parents.
They seem to have heard something and look at each other.
Listen, son. Can you gather up your family's papers? Then you'll need to come with us. Your parents... They... Anyway, just follow us. We'll take you to them. Quickly.
Drawers open and close in rapid succession as the presence seems to follow their orders. After the last one is closed, the two men escort the invisible child outside. The way they said your parents, they, and left it hanging there, makes me think that the parents are dead, so maybe I was wrong about Andrei being Sechenov. The clock stops ticking.
I think that might be all that's left of his memories.
Maxim at last turns to face them, though he gives them only a single empty glance before he staggers back toward the grandfather's clock. This time, however, one of them hands in his way. What? Oh, one of them stands in his way, my bad.
Who are you people? Leave me alone!
Maxim, you can still save lives before it's too late. It's time to let go.
Why?
Why?
Maxim's voice booms out everywhere all at once. Even the knives and forks on the table clatter with his voice.
The day I left with those men, I saw my neighbor hugging her mother. She was back from the hospital. I remember they had a robot carrying their suitcases. One just like my father made. She survived. She didn't leave her child alone. Why me? Why my family? It isn't right! My mother had saved her!
My father made the robots that took care of them, but they didn't get to come home.
Oh no, okay, his father still died, I think.
They left me
so
alone.
I was wrong.
And all I had to remember them were the tattered medals the government gave me on their behalf.
I never learned where they were buried. They could be lying in some unknown, unmarked pit. Or buried away ass!
Well, in a case of a pandemic, you might indeed want to burn away the corpses to avoid spreading any kind of potential infection. So most likely, yeah, I would assume they were incinerated.
I know all too well how painful it can be to accept your loved one's sacrifice. But we have a responsibility to ensure their deaths were not in vain.
I mean, yeah, Vertin literally saw her mother dissolve in front of her. The tableware and the little robot collapsed suddenly.
A few memorials, a few medals. Then things changed. People stopped remembering. They started saying that it was the collective that saved them. That's right. The collective. The collective.
Okay, so new theory. Maxim is mad at Sechenov because the collective and his technology is stealing basically what would usually be the reason to remember his parents. Kind of, like it's kind of replacing them in the collective consciousness, I guess, in society's memory.
What a glorious, heartwarming name. It brings to mind all of those soldiers marching in lockstep in the celebratory parades. Thud, thud, thud. Behold our march to the future, comrades. We will build a new world forged by our hands. Aren't we all so proud of the collective? People's heads became filled with these lies. They forgot all that we had gone through. Or maybe they just wanted to forget. Then the monuments changed. Suddenly, they all had his face, his name. There was no room for any others. Names became mere statistics. Mothers and fathers, children, dead and forgotten in their millions. But not him. He was Dr. Sechenov, inventor of polymer, savior of the Soviet Union.
Not that I'm trying to defend it, but I'm wondering, and I'm not defending Maxim here, I'm trying to play devil's advocate against Maxim's argument, but I'm wondering, what if that was done on purpose? Not really forgetting, but replacing the names of millions of people with Dr. Sechenov's name, because it gives the Soviet Union a person to rally behind, a savior, a hero, to give them hope, to give them courage, and stuff like that. These kinds of things do work, you know? They do work on a population to give them some perspective and some hope for the future and stuff like that. So it can be helpful, even though it kind of feels really bad to just forget about all of the others who sacrificed their lives and whatnot. And thankfully, we don't really do that nowadays, at the very least. Though I mean, if we look at history, we kind of do. Because plenty of people have died in many wars, but we don't remember the names of the millions of people who died in World War II, or even World War I, or even any of the other wars that happened previously. We only happen to remember select names of people who made great contributions to one side or the other of that war. So I guess we still do it, never mind, scratch that previous statement that I made. We still kind of do it, because number one, it's kind of hard to remember everyone. You can't expect everyone to remember the names of 150 million people. It's a bit too much of an ask. And number two, you know, again, for the sake of giving people a hero or a villain to hate, that works too, right? You mention the name of one singular individual that fought against your country in the war to rally people behind your flag to try and defeat that evil, right? It's easier to say, we want to defeat Mustache Man than saying we want to defeat his regime, right? It's more abstract to say something like that, even though it partly worked as well, but, you know, it's kind of putting a face to the concept, right? Putting a face to the concept of who's the villain and putting a face to the concept of who is the savior. So I guess it is how history and how our society works, kinda.
Over and over, all the glory, all the praise, everything went to him and his damned polymer.
Maxim twists, kicking the dining table with enough force to rattle the dishes.
How can that be? Why does he live when they had to die? How can we go blindly into this world he created?
Because we don't have a choice, and because for the first question, or the second question, I guess, why does he live when they had to die? Because that's life, and life sucks. There isn't much more of an answer, really. Life is a bunch of random events. Sometimes them events are good, sometimes them events are bad, but a lot of the times you have absolutely no control whatsoever on them. And accepting our powerlessness in regards to specific events is a very hard thing to do.
The graves were just stepping stones on his march of progress. Men like Sechenov only look forward to their bright and limitless future. To them, the sooner the dead are forgotten, the better.
I think he's right about the first part. Sechenov is only looking forward to his bright and limitless future. I don't know Sechenov all that well because I feel like we haven't really spent much time with him at all. But I would understand it that a man such as Sechenov would be focused on the future rather than focusing on the past. Doesn't mean that he wants to forget the mistakes and lessons that he learned from the past, but, you know, trying to focus on the future usually yields better results than living in the past the way Maxim is doing right now. That being said, I don't think Sechenov would say that the sooner the dead are forgotten, the better, because I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. Unless Sechenov is some kind of egomaniac, that could also be true. Like I said, we haven't really spent much time with him, so I don't know. It wasn't exactly the feel that he gave me when from the few scenes that we've seen him in, but I could be wrong about that.
That isn't true, Maxim. Of course, the ones that survived should mourn and honor those they lost. But we also have to move on. Not to forget, but to build again. You let yourself be trapped in the shadow of your loss. But I know your parents wouldn't have wanted that for you.
Don't tell me what they think!
Okay, then let us ask you, my man, Maxim. Your mother was a doctor, your father was some kind of an engineer, I guess, I think. But let's focus on the mother who is a doctor. Do you sincerely believe that she would want you to murder people when she dedicated her life and even died for protecting people? Like, do you think this is honoring her? Do you think she would be happy? And, well, I already kind of have an answer, but I would be curious if he thinks that would actually be true. Which I doubt I think he knows, probably, that everything he's doing is wrong, but he's gone so far off the deep end that he can't back out now. Black smoke bellows out from Maxim's body, and
people like you think that to pretend that a few kind words are enough to bury the dead.
Can I read what was going on there? Black smoke bellows out from Maxim's body as it begins to fall apart before their eyes. The inky smoke coalesces and takes on human forms.
But then you praised me and took everything from them. It isn't fair!
Oh, we fight. Balanced mode. Very well. Let me see. Sorrows before dawn. A mental attachment that has been further twisted by the death of its bearer. He has forgotten the purpose of his loved one's sacrifice and the honor they had earned. Only his obsession with vengeance remains, screaming out every bit of his wrath. I think I fought the... Oh, isn't this the boss of the main's bulletin? I guess I fought that thing already. Didn't exactly mean to, but I suppose it is what it is. Let's go in with the full team here. Although, wait, no. We don't go with the full team. We just grab Enigma for the shield. But otherwise, I suppose, technically speaking, only left is with us in the fight, but I can't exactly dissociate left and right in terms of gameplay. So we'll play with both of them. But yeah, we can just go with that team for now as the lore accurate team for this fight.
The curtain opens.
Vertin, are you alright? I'm reading a massive shift in the dream space.
We're fine for now. It's just Maxim trying to stop us from exploring his memories.
I hate what this society has become. They forget so easily.
Those pocket watches are whispering something.
Don't listen to them. If they impact your emotional state, it could have unpredictable effects on the dream.
Huh.
Computation.
Magnetic field deployed.
So obvious.
Right, I want to, I was wondering, is there a point in getting more points of conduit? And is there a point in gathering points of conduit? Oh yeah, she cast it twice. Interesting.
Quiet. Please remain calm.
They deserve to feel all the pain they tried to bury. It's only fair.
His condition appears to be deteriorating.
Friendly reminder, your emotional disposition may influence the dream's stability over time. Keep steady.
Understood. We'll do all we can to pacify him as soon as possible.
There you go. Oh, wait, we already had one. I see. Oh well.
Just a crossword to solve.
Oh right, they gained a shield. They have 4000 HP, but they gained a shield that was about 100% of their HP.
Autopolymer circulation.
I see how it is. Very well.
Magnetic field deployed.
Befreie dich von den Grenzen des Geistes.
Time for the curtain call.
That is kind of a scary, ominous, ultimate animation from the twins. It kind of feels horror-like, not gonna lie.
Quiet. My attacks have been nullified. Maxim's threat level has increased. For your safety, please stay close, Comrade Doctor.
Will try my best. Okay, so now I have to switch because yes, look. Let's see if I was wrong before. I'm going to switch all of the cards, and right now all of my cards are blue, so star, right? Yeah, once again all of my cards are blue, so I cannot change these cards. Okay. However, I do believe that there is a point in using all of these things to get as many blue points as possible, so that she would attack multiple times. Let me check. We got 4 points, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is she going to attack 4 times? Once.
Energy level
2.
rising.
Oh no, never mind. It just. Oh no, 3.
Energy level
and 4.
rising. Target locked.
And 5.
Internal capacitors
and 6.
reset. Energy level
7.
rising. Target locked.
8. Huh? Oh my god, I don't understand how they work.
The data is coming faster than we can process it. The machine won't be able to handle this much stress for long.
I thought I understood how they worked, but I guess I was wrong.
We need more processing power.
Please allow me to help, Comrade Doctor. Searching for computational power call protocols. Search complete. Initiating protocols. Protocols executed.
And by the way, while all of this shit is going on, our dear and lovely Lucy is just out there watching it, I guess. Star energy, no. And if I do this, do I gain more cards? No. Okay, so energy cards are just given to you the way they are, and you do not have a choice. You will have to use them. So right now I have a choice to either go star or go mineral. I do kind of feel like the mineral one deals more damage. And to be fair, the star one that we just witnessed did 1 damage, but I think that was more or less scripted. Or specific to the fight itself. I guess we can do this.
Valid data.
Oh no! I fucked up. See, this is the part that I was telling you guys about. I forgot to switch the cards in the middle, which means that right now I'm in the Star of Laters, and my points of mineral are completely a waste.
Internal capacitors reset.
Well.
Target locked. Internal capacitors reset. Energy level rising.
So she attacked 3 times or 4 times, I think.
Quiet, please, roommate. Synchronization rate down.
Yeah, so now I have to switch to mineral because all I have are mineral cards. Right?
Activating
So we give all the mineral cards. We'll get 7 points Which means that we should be dealing a whole lot of damage, I think. Probably.
Befreie dich von den Grenzen des Geistes.
Because I'm guessing that for Mineral, we deal more damage the more points we have, and for Star, we have more attacks. Oh, 11. Never mind.
Interacting with Polymer.
Oh no, she does act multiple times. Oh, right, because it costs only 3.
This combat will be recorded for statistical analysis and optimization.
Right, we had 11 points, which means that she could attack 3 times because the mineral attack cost 3 conduit points, whatever they're called. I don't know. On the other hand, I have to admit I am completely lost as to what happened with the star attack, because the star attack costs 1, but we did it like 7 times, even though we only had 4 points. So that's the part I'm kind of not understanding. I didn't have the time to read how they worked. Although, if you guys are curious, I saw that Steamed Bun X made a video about the twins and how to play them. And I saw a post on Reddit explaining how to play the twins. So there are resources out there. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to actually read them. But yeah, I will try to read them out or watch the video just to try and understand how to properly play them. And hopefully I will stop making the mistake of not changing which conduit cards in the middle there I need to be using, you know, when I'm, what would you call that? When I am fighting with them robots. Stage 13, a drop in the ocean. Sink in or evaporate. By the way, did we get the password for the self-destruct? Because that was our plan all along. Countless chirpers fall like raindrops, each playing a different voice.
I have a son your age. Maybe you two can play together when you're feeling better.
No.
Maxim flails outward, trying to catch the chirpers as they fall, but each one passes through his fingers in vain.
This is a fine gadget, don't you think? Maybe we should install it in our robot's head.
We're so very grateful. Thank you. Thank you for not abandoning us.
No.
One of the chirpers reflects in the dark pools of his eyes.
Papa? Mama?
Vanya, has our country survived?
Holy cuteness! Vanya, aka Maxim, not gonna lie, your mother was hot. Your mother was very pretty.
Yes, Mama. People are even growing flowers again. I picked your favorites, but I couldn't bring them to your funeral.
Are you taking good care of yourself?
What
is life like now? Are the people happy?
Life is...
I wish I could see all the latest technology. What can robots do now?
Well, why have one hot parent when you can have 2 hot parents? His dad is also a very good looking man. Maxime buries his head in his hands, his voice muffled. I mean, to be fair, Maxime is also a good looking dude.
It's all so wonderful, Papa. Mama, we stopped the plague, and now we're going to explore the cosmos.
And what of you, little Vanya? How have you contributed?
Everything has gotten better. I wish you could see.
We're just happy to know things are better now. Though, I admit, I am jealous of you.
Shouldn't you be angry? They're enjoying this world because of you. But they don't even know your names. They don't know what you gave up for them. What I lost for them.
Why should we be angry, son? All that we did was in the hopes that the future would be brighter for our people and for you.
The future is yours now, Vanya. All we want is for you to make it a better place.
Don't let us down.
He won't. I know our little Vanya has grown into a good man.
Well, about that. The chirper drops to the ground and disappears.
No. Mama, Papa, don't go.
They have to go, Maxim. That's just the way of things. But you can choose to let them inspire you instead of dragging you into despair.
Don't push too hard, Vertin. He needs time to process things.
But do we have time? Because he's about to... He's dead, and I don't know how long we can stay here. Knees on the ground, Maxim bends over and cradles his head. His trembling fingers reach toward his temple.
I want to go home.
Warning. Data overflow detected. This space may be compromised, comrade.
She's right, Vertin. I'm reading a cortisol spike. You don't have much time before his brain activity shuts down.
Crack. Crack, crack. Maxim's body begins to break apart. Streams of transparent fluid leak out from his forehead, and then from everywhere else.
I need to go home.
His dream state might collapse at any moment. You need to get out of there.
Not without the password. Is there anything else we can do?
Absolutely not. Your safety is top priority. Find somewhere secure now. I'm dragging you out.
To be fair, Vertin might be safe from the dream once she drops out, once she gets out of the dream, but she will be blown up if we don't have a password or something to save us from the self-destruct sequence.
Wait, that fluid must be polymer. It might still have an imprint of his memories. It's our last chance.
There's a sudden burst of commotion from the huddle of survivors. The leaking substance turns into a small flood, rising up to the ankles of the two intruders in his collapsing dream.
If these are his memories, then where's the password?
Did you hear me, Vertin? Get out!
Give me more time. I can still find it.
The rising fluid begins to cover the chest.
Comrade Doctor, you must leave. I will continue the mission.
No. I mean, I don't want to sacrifice Vertin either.
What do you mean? How?
My sensors and processing ability are more efficient than yours, comrade. I will have a higher chance of retrieving the password in the time we have left.
She generates an egg-shaped barrier to create a safe zone around her companion, parting the viscous fluid like the Red Sea. She walks towards Maxime. The closer she gets, the higher the pressure on the barrier, causing its surface to crack.
Confirming Vertin's status. Operable. Disconnect.
Wait! Hold on! No!
No, we left behind. Left her behind? Yeah, we left behind. We left Vertin behind, so it would be we left behind. That's a weird sentence, but but anyway, you get my point. Is left going to be okay?
Damn, you actually made it. That's some good news, at least.
P3? What are you doing here?
We have disabled most of the facility's hostile robots, but we were unable to secure any vehicles suitable for an evacuation. Requesting synchronization.
Are you alright, Vertin?
Mesmer leans over to inspect her reckless colleague. X, meanwhile, is still nursing what looks to be an open hand smack to his face. An unforeseen consequence of his suggestion.
I'm alright, Mesmer. But Left is still inside. Before I got out, she...
Synchronization complete. Please allow me to provide help.
Wright connects herself to the artificial somnambulism machine without hesitation.
Warning. Data overflow.
Left. Right? What are they doing?
I believe this is their method of sharing computational power, though the ballet aesthetic only serves as a personal affectation of the designer. Watch out!
The twins lie on the ground in a disjointed heap. Their bodies are charred. What? There are still sparks popping out of the interface along their spines.
Password and antidote composition secured.
Oh, they're still alive! As Left points at the control room's computer, the screen turns on and displays a message.
Self-destruct sequence terminated.
Phew.
Mesmer leans back against the wall and allows herself to sink down to the ground, where she inadvertently presses on the muzzle of X's modified gun. The familiar sweet melody begins to chime from it, playing over the exhausted assembly. I forgot about the music box. As it does, the twins begin to stir.
What is it? Are you alright?
That song. My emotion module is experiencing a reaction to it. However, I am unable to discern the programming that explains this reaction. Has my programming been corrupted? Or do I remember it from somewhere?
I was going to ask, what if this is from her memories from the person whose brain was copied into Left and Right? I guess Sechenov's wife, I think it was? Maybe? What if it comes from her memories, maybe?
Please, comrade. May I listen to it again?
Sure.
It's a beautiful song, isn't it? I suppose even a robot might find it touching.
Touching. Yes. Added to database.
Something's irked me this entire time. If the twins were able to access artificial somnambulism, that must mean they have a consciousness. Perhaps they can even dream.
Were we still within your artificial somnambulism? Or was it only limbo after all? Can I dream?
Of course you can. Bots like you and Charles gotta have feelings, right? Why else would he be such a pain in my ass? Seems like a question for another time, though. You two should get yourselves repaired. I don't want the boss to blame me for you ladies falling apart. Damn. There is something familiar about that song, isn't there?
To be continued? Yeah, to be continued. Okay. I will say this stage and the previous one, they felt more like Reverse 1999 than all of the other stages, not gonna lie. It felt more like the writing of Bluepoch and, well, I don't know the writing of Atomic Heart, so I can't talk about that. But yeah, it felt more reversey than it felt anything else, which is good. It's a good thing that I'm pointing out. The twins' update logs. Wherever her soul goes, it leaves a trail. The twins' update logs. Input. Released a mixture of cis-3-hexanol, 2-acetyl-1-pyroline, lenylul, and alpha-pinene. Reaction identified as spring. No further reaction. Input. Delayed a painting of a tilted white square covering 40% of the canvas, with medium saturation and low brightness and contrast. Reaction identified as suprematism. No further reaction. Input. Played certain audio tracks. Reaction. When the Nutcracker was played, heads lifted slightly before returning to original posture. Conclusion. No abnormalities. Mental fluctuations within standard range. So I guess they were trying out various inputs, I guess, but various stimuli that would potentially make them react, just like the song made them react. That's interesting, actually. Goodbye, Chalamet. Stage 14. Goodbye, Chalamet. We must learn from those who have fallen, or risk falling again. Very true. Very true indeed. As the launch day of Collective 2.0 nears, Chalamet is decked out in festive decorations and the people pour into the streets to celebrate. Wait, have they already forgotten about what just happened? The young visitors step out from the hospital after having been checked over and looked out over the festivities.
Have all the survivors recovered?
Yeah, seems like the government is still reeling from the diplomatic fracas, and they've locked down the exhibition hall. But the worst of it is over. No news about the twins, though. I hope they're all right.
They're actually coming to pick us up. Seems like Dr. Sechenov has already installed them into brand new bodies.
And what about Maxim? How do they deal with him?
Oh wait, the brand new bodies. Could that be the skin? Maybe the outfit, the garment that I purchased?
I have no idea. Perhaps Dr. Sechenov will know.
Good. I have some questions for him too.
The young visitors walk toward a vehicle, where the twins await them in that same ever-graceful pose. Sechenov looks out toward them through the vehicle's window.
If it isn't our young scientists, what a pleasure to get a chance to see you once again. If only I had time to sit and chat.
It's good to see you as well, Dr. Sechenov.
I am dreadfully sorry to have dragged you into all this, comrades. Yet I must commend you on your heroic efforts during this crisis. You saved many lives, and for that I am grateful. Would you allow me the honor of shaking your hands?
Sechenov shakes hands with each of them, his palm warm and firm, showing genuine care for the young visitors.
I've been wondering how I might reward you for all you've done. I don't suppose you would be interested in studying here in the Soviet Union? I would be more than happy to organize some scholarships and accommodations. You'll have promising careers in the Collective 2.0 project after you graduate. A bright, limitless future awaits.
Of course, we're extremely grateful for the offer. Unfortunately, we have to return to our home soon.
The visitors pause and look at each other.
Dr. Sechenov, I must be frank. We're deeply concerned about the safety of Collective 2.0 after these events. Are you really going to proceed with the launch?
The academician thinks for a moment before he answers.
Naturally, this Maxim incident has forced us to look deeply into the security of the network. There are no words to express my regret in not anticipating these possible security issues earlier. But we've analyzed the risks thoroughly. My colleagues are already hard at work closing the system back doors that were used. And we've built in an early warning system to detect similar attempts in the future.
Not gonna lie, the way his dialogue is written, Sechenov feels less like a scientist, less like an inventor, and more like a politician or some kind of figurehead. I do wonder if Sechenov is actually the inventor of the polymer and whatnot, or if he's just some kind of talking puppet that they use because he looks good and speaks well, or something like that.
I'm entirely confident that these measures will allow Collective 2.0 to launch without any further risk. But we cannot step back from the march of progress. The potential benefits to our people and our nation's development demand we press onwards.
Yeah, this feels like a politician's speech. And the same thing happened when he gave an actual speech earlier, you know, at the very beginning of the story. Apparently, the incident has not shaken Sechenov's confidence in his invention.
The march of progress. I admit, it will be a revolutionary paradigm shift, if it works.
If hangs in the air like a lit fuse, said with all the confidence that one might change the Earth's rotation.
Of course it will. We stand on the threshold of a perfect society. The goal of my life's work, and that of every Soviet scientist.
His answer makes it clear he has no intention of justifying himself further. Their questions die unspoken.
One more thing, Dr. Sechenov. It's about Maxim.
Sechenov sighs.
His body has been taken care of. As for the loose ends, we're still discussing the matter internally. I hope to find a resolution that satisfies everyone. The question remains how he accomplished this attack. Someone must have backed his play for their own purposes, And I suspect I know who. Molotov and I have always had differences. Oh, my apologies. It's nothing to trouble you with. Please enjoy the celebration.
We were already suspecting Molotov, especially given the fact that he managed to somehow leave right before all of this happened. Which is kind of weird for a prominent scientist to leave a conference about sciences and whatnot. It kind of feels iffy or icky.
You must excuse me for not accompanying you further. But I'm sure you understand I have a busy schedule ahead.
We appreciate your hospitality. Goodbye, Dr. Sechenov.
Goodbye, young scientists. I look forward to hearing about your future achievements.
Not sure you will, unfortunately. The vehicle drives away to avoid being completely surrounded. The trio is forced to dodge into an alley to get away from the frantic crowd.
Hey! Over here!
Huh?
P3? P3's voice booms from the riverside, where a Drofa drone is serving him a glass of soda.
This celebration's not too shabby, honestly. You kids want to have some fun before you head out?
A Drofa drone stops in front of the young visitors.
3 sodas, please.
If I've got the memo right, the boss is going to give a big speech before the launch.
Another formation consisting of young people marches beneath them in unison, their faces serious.
What's that formation?
Let me see. The banner says, "Families of fallen heroes, in memory of those who sacrificed everything for the Soviet Union."
Life ends. That much is clear to everyone, but in the cheering faces of the crowd, there is a promise that those who came before pave the way for tomorrow.
The sacrifices of one generation fuel the achievements of the next. Even if it takes many generations to get there, those dreams may still come true.
Exactly, for those who come after.
You gotta put that on a plaque, kid. Come on, don't be so serious. Let's have a little music to lighten the mood. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
X points his music box gun at the sky and pulls the trigger. Bang! A burst of colorful ribbons fires out in lieu of bullets, accompanied by the soft chime of the music box.
You rigged that up in the hospital? Gotta admit, that's impressive.
He may be crazy, but he does have talent for creating stuff.
I thought I was a firearms expert, but you managed to make a gun work better with just a music box. You gotta teach me your tricks.
Well, it's kind of a patented technique.
Of course. P3 puts his arm around X's neck, jokingly attempting to make him surrender his patent.
They seem to be getting along well.
Typical boys. I still find myself thinking about how Left reacted to this song. I wonder what it means to her.
It's a real beauty. Kind of song you might play before you propose to a girl.
He gives up on squeezing the secret out of X, clearly interested in the topic of the song.
What's it called?
That would be Waltz of the Flowers, Major.
Yeah. Figures it'd be something like that. Can't shake the feeling I've heard it somewhere. No clue where, though.
I feel like maybe this is some kind of... I don't know what to call it. Not foreshadowing, because it's not going to be for the future. But like something that you might understand or have clues about have you played the games before. Or had you played the games before. Unfortunately, it's not my case, so I'm not really sure what this is hinting at.
It is a popular song. I wouldn't be surprised if you had heard it before.
Nah, it's more than that. It's sticking to me. Like it meant something to me before I lost my memory.
I was gonna say that maybe he lost his memories too, and that would explain. Yeah, I had a feeling.
Maybe I really did propose to someone with that song.
Okay, right, no, the twins are actually from P3's wife, not Sachenov's wife, right? I think that's what Zhuk said yesterday.
I can only imagine they chose the song then.
While P3 falls into a distracted conversation with Charles, X manages to escape from his grasp and sneaks back to his friend.
I think our experiment is coming to an end.
As a gun salute sounds, countless balloons fly into the sky and a great cheer goes up from the crowd.
Mama, that's my balloon!
Which one?
I don't know which one, but where are they going?
To the future.
Have you decided on a souvenir for Madame Lucy?
Well...
Well, what? He continued? What did you bring to Lucy? Come on. Don't leave us in suspense. And hello, Fury. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. An unfinished letter. True greatness lies in what pushes humans beyond their limits. Archived conversation, number something, date something, from Dr. Sechenov to someone. The future of humanity. I used to believe that with robots freeing humans from all the dangerous and repetitive work, we would spend more time pursuing scientific and artistic breakthroughs, which would accelerate the development of human civilization. But I overlooked the fact that most humans are born sinners. Their greed and sloth are magnified by technology, hindering our advancement to a better world. Therefore, we must start a new project to change this situation, excise the negative aspects of human nature, and bring true freedom to the world. Oh god. I was agreeing with him at the start. It is true that with all the technologies that we possess and that we've developed over time, we always thought that that technology would lighten the load on humans so that humans could pursue more scientific and artistic breakthroughs, but instead, technology seems to serve the greed of a select few. That is very true for our world. The last part, therefore we must start a new project to change this situation and excise the negative aspects of human nature. That is kind of like, I'm wondering if his Collective 2.0 is to actually create some kind of a hive mind that would adhere to his ideas and principles, and thus not be greedy, for instance, if he truly is not greedy. But like maybe he wants to shape humanity into some kind of a hive mind so that we could try and avoid the pitfall of these sinners and these greedy people who use technology for their own benefit at the expense of others. But the hive mind, if that is truly what he's trying to do, not a fan. Not a fan of the idea at all. Got back home today, so I finally booted up Genshin Impact, did a 10 pull that I had on Columbina's banner. Did you manage to get her? Columbina is definitely a good pull. I don't know exactly how she's going to fare, especially with 7.0 coming out and the advent of Cryo, or rather the rebirth of Cryo through stellar reactions, but she should stay relatively strong for a while at the very least, unless they decide to really power creep the lunar reactions. Hopefully they don't, but she's still, I would say, a good pull. Nope, just a constellation for Gaming. Gaming is one of the better 4 stars, so at least there is that. I've never built mine because I already have too many Pyro DPSs. I have way too many of those. But he's definitely a character worth investing into if you don't have any other Pyro DPSs. Although he becomes even better if you have Xian Yun. She definitely helps with his damage. Classified file. What happened and disappeared in history. Location, Power Control Room, Polymer Exhibition Hall. Exhibits, Metal Watch, Sharper Chain, Service Pistol. Description, no signs of a struggle. Analysis of exhibits indicates that they belong to Maxim. Witnesses claim that Maxim committed suicide using the service pistol. Death confirmed. Corpse intact except 1 gunshot. No signs of dismemberment or relocation. Post-mortem report empty. Polymer analysis empty. Authorized by the Politburo. So I guess, yeah, they're keeping the whole thing with Maxim under wraps, probably. They're not fully explaining everything to the to the population, I would assume. I do have Xian Yun. Oh, if that's the case, then you can definitely play him, Ga Ming with Xian Yun. Although I think that maybe Diluc might be better because he does have the highest multipliers for plunge attack damage, but he can't plunge as many times as Ga Ming can. So I do wonder. But I do know that with Xian Yun you can play someone like Farina, for instance, and a Pyro DPS, so either Ga Ming, Diluc, or technically speaking you could play either. But yeah, you could play some kind of plunge melt or plunge vape team that used to work. Nowadays I don't know because I haven't tried that myself in a very long time. I had pulled Xian Yun specifically because I wanted to make my Diluc stronger back in the day, and back in the day it worked really well. Nowadays I don't know, especially because of how enemies and bosses and content generally speaking are very geared towards the new reactions such as lunar reactions and now stellar reactions. I don't know how well it would work, but at least it used to, and it is still a team that makes sense. I don't know that it will pull the same damage numbers as newer DPS. I don't think it will, but it is still something that on paper, in theory, should work. Now then, epilogue. The nature of being. The future lies ahead, but will it bring new advancements or devastation? A good question. A very good question. And I hope we get to see Lucy again, please. Pretty please.
That is unexpected.
And we didn't see the twins. As the trio return from the stage, they notice that what they intended to bring has disappeared, and in its stead is a chirper.
Is this the hydrogen cell that you mentioned?
Hey, Lucy's back. Yay.
It does have a very unique appearance for a power cell, though I take it that this may be a consequence of the alternate technology involved.
No, it's not a power cell. Just a talking pocket watch.
What a remarkable outcome. The object changed entirely during the transfer. I guess this is another fascinating aspect of the stage. An unaccounted variable, like the butterfly effect.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly great, because that means we can't bring the things back from the place, but oh well.
A hydrogen cell turned into a chirper. The science of that alone is worth studying. Don't you think?
I suppose so, yes.
Indeed. I am immediately curious what effect the stage might have on my own body if I attempted to travel through it. Would my robotic shell change to fit the local culture and technology of the destination just as it did Vertin's outfit?
That's actually an excellent question. And it would give a good excuse for Bluepoch to make a new outfit, a new skin for Lucy.
Why not give it a try and find out? I can activate it again anytime. It's about time you took a vacation, Madam Lucy.
Should you intend to visit again, I will make certain to register you as legal visitors.
Oh, thank you. Left and right appear on the communicator's screen.
Thank you for your offer, but I am afraid I have to decline.
Oh no, why?
I believe our team is in need of an immediate physical examination after the events they have gone through. In particular, to determine the effects of a certain injection.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Personally, I'm entirely intrigued by the possibility of keeping this polymer in my bloodstream.
Yeah, but if the object you tried to bring back changed, what if the polymer inside of your body changed as well, or disappeared completely?
Your well-being is top priority in this particular matter, Researcher X.
Can we make it short? The stage could change its destination anytime. I don't want to ruin Madame Lucy's prospects for a vacation.
You'll need a thorough examination, I'm afraid. We can't run the risk that the polymer shifted during travel as well. You can tell Lucy all about our findings while you recuperate at the rehab center.
Fine. You're the boss.
While I am intrigued by the prospect of traveling, the changing destinations of the stage do not follow fixed patterns. I am willing to roll the dice, as you might say.
Interesting. So I guess this is just to explain why this stage could have a myriad of possibilities in terms of universes or worlds that we could explore, which gives, you know, an explanation as to the existence of these collaborations. Why not? Why not?
I'll get X to the rehab center and make sure he stays put. Why don't you spend some time here while you can, Madame Lucy?
The young visitors organized their reports and set off for the rehab center. Soon the laboratory quiets down.
There appears to be a strong rapport between you and your researchers.
It pleases me to hear you say that. I will take that as a marked improvement of my understanding of humanitarianism. From my cursory reading of Vertin's report, I have already learned a great deal about your world. Despite running dozens of simulated scenarios, I still find it hard to pinpoint the divergence between our world's respective technological progression. Another fascinating element of scientific discovery.
Scientific development is often shaped by the demands of the environment. Perhaps the unique struggles of your world led to a divergence in technological need, just as they did in ours.
Plus the existence of arcanists in the world of Reverse 1999, that probably changed things too, because we wouldn't research the same kinds of technology. Like, even in the real world, if we had magicians or wizards like Harry Potter, the technologies that we would research would be integrating the world of magic and the world of arcanum, for instance, in Reverse 1999. So yeah, that would be one big factor, I think. Perhaps not the only one, just like she said, maybe the struggles of the world, the challenges that each world has faced were different. Because, for instance, we did not face a plague in the 1940s, we faced a world war, but to rise to the challenge of a world war, you don't develop the same kinds of technologies as you do to fight off a plague, for instance, right? So it could make some sense indeed. And you know what? I've been waiting for this. I wanted some interactions between Lucy and the twins. It's kind of too bad that it happens only this late, but it still makes me happy.
If I have learned anything from humans, it is that their greatest motivation is and has always been survival. It is admirable, even if it can lead science towards destructive paths. The greatest danger lies in giving up and dwelling in the mistakes of the past. I have lived through many generations of human technology and observed their progress firsthand. Setbacks and disasters are inevitable, but there will always be those willing to take risks to bring about a better world. Innovation is a process that feels in many ways like laying track before a speeding train. Too often, we only see the hazards ahead when it is too late to change course. But as long as humanity survives, they will learn from those harsh lessons and overcome.
Analysis. Your theory of human progress bears a strong resemblance to the process of natural selection.
Perhaps so. But the random dictates of genetic mutation are a much slower process. I have seen human innovation leapfrog eons of natural development within a single generation. I am excited to see where they will go next.
Yeah, no, she's not wrong. Genetic mutations that make an entire species change in one way, shape, or form, like through the process of natural selection, is extremely slow. It takes thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years in some cases, depending on what exactly we're talking about in terms of changes. But yeah, it takes a long-ass time for natural selection to do its work. Whereas technology can indeed progress much, much, much faster. Which is good, because can you imagine if we had to wait hundreds of thousands of years just to develop a smartphone or something like that? I mean, technically speaking, if we take the appearance of the first few humans that we call Homo sapiens, it did take us a while to get to the point at which we are right now. But to be fair, technological progress seems to be more like it does not progress linearly, you know. It becomes faster and faster and faster as far as we can tell. Like, it took us thousands upon thousands of years to develop the wheel. Just a random round-shaped thing to help us carry things on what do you call that? On carts and whatnot, right? It took us thousands of years to do that. And then if you take a look at the technological development of the past couple of centuries, and even just the last century, we've progressed so much compared to that. So yeah, we can expect technology to progress faster and faster. Although I do wonder if there is a point where the technological progress slows down. Just because you kind of hit a wall of knowledge or a wall of in regards to the laws of physics. I wonder, but I don't think I'll be alive to witness that. I think we're pretty far away from any kind of limit or obstacle that would stop us from this progression. Well, no, I mean, there is one limit that is very, very much always present, I guess, and that limit is us killing each other. You know, wars and stupid people being in power. That can definitely be a limiting factor. Should have thought about that sooner. Lucy removes her human mask, revealing her expressionless metallic face beneath. Yet the red light pulses, pondering the future. In that moment, standing on the bridge between two worlds, two forms of inorganic life discuss the very nature of being. The end? The end. In a way, I guess Lucy found two friends. But it's only temporary friends, I'm afraid, because, you know, they said themselves that the stage can change at any moment. So that means that we can pretty much never go back, probably, to the world of the Soviet Union, of this Atomic Hearts collaboration. Which is kind of sad, in a way, I guess. On a meta perspective as characters, as players and whatnot. Not in terms of, like, the story itself. I don't know if X is all that sad. Although it is also sad for Lucy, because that means that she got herself new friends and she can't interact with them anymore. So there is that. And by the way, wait. I still don't have an answer as to what the heck is going on with the Psycube situation. Huh. How does one unlock
Greetings, Comrade Timekeeper.
this?
We have observed that your visits follow no consistent pattern, either in
The
timing
dance of
or
science.
frequency. We have noted that other residents in the suitcase describe your unpredictable appearances as distracting, startling, and in several instances, disturbing. However, we would emphasize that we always appreciate your visits. The more time we spend together, the better we will be able to synchronize your mindset with our prediction models.
Damn, these girls be yapping a whole lot. Switch, does that help? No, locked. Why is it locked? Is it locked behind a portrait of some kind? Portraits? No. 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 No, I don't think so. But then what? Is it, wait, because there are... back to Chalomne. Oh, there are many areas to explore in Facility 3826. Our first destination will be the Chalome complex. Well, I guess I don't have a choice, I have to follow the the thingy. Tasks, technical challenge, skirmish, archives. There are multiple encounters in every facility. Some of them increase exploration progress upon completion. The alarm level influences the battle difficulty. Some encounters will change your alarm level upon completion. Keep your alarm level low to avoid arduous battles. Complete a certain number of encounters in each stage to enter the next one. Once you complete the stage, you will unlock a polygon. Stage complete, encounters, required encounters. Okay. Some encounters also grant neuropolymer upon completion. You can use it to unlock and upgrade polymer glove skills. Oh, polymer glove? I'm assuming this is related to P3's glove, aka Charles. And reward, I'm assuming, yeah, okay, this is how you get the, fully complete the exploration progress 5. Okay, this is gonna take a while. To get the second, what do you call it? The second psi cube. Okay, okay. Wait, and that means actually, now that I think about it, that does mean. Oh wait, it gives us at amplification 5, or is it just to show it at amplification 5? I wonder, because the other one is not at amplification 5, is it?
Greetings, comrade timekeeper. We have observed that your visits follow no consistent...
Yeah, no, it is at amplification 1. Okay. I might amplify it because I do have the greed. I do have these things. No, are these greed or gluttony? I don't remember which one is which. I think greed is for 6-star psi cubes and gluttony is for 5 stars. But I might amplify it to level 5. If the other one is already amplified at level 5. Otherwise, I won't, because I kind of want to keep those just in case. I might do it later in the future, but for now, I think I'm gonna keep them as is, I think. But that does mean that the twins are gonna get way stronger. So maybe I should retry the mains bulletin once I've unlocked the second psi cube. But that is not going to happen for quite some time, because I'm assuming it's going to take me some time to explore this gameplay stuff. No, I do think that the gameplay thing looks very much like what we saw in the Assassin's Creed collaboration. Specifically the... how would you call that? Specifically the Cassandra part, I think. It resembles more the Cassandra part than it does the Ezio part, I think. Kind of unsure about it, but I think that's the case.
Request awaiting instruction.
Yay, we got our bond.
Oh!
There you go. Oh wait, are some of my characters here maxed out? I mean, I know some of them are. Oh no, Reed is not maxed out. Enigma is still at 93. So we're close to being done with him. And then I think I had another one. Oh yeah, Name Day and Spathadia, I forgot. But I'm unwilling to remove more. I need to keep Marcus, daughter. I need to keep Kakania, wife. I need to keep Isolda, wife's wife. I need to keep Lucy, second wife. I need to keep Igor, because daddy. I need to keep Lopera and Moldier, because they need to be with sad daddy. Ezio Auditore and Cassandra needs to be together. Sentinel and Marsha needs to be together. We keep the couples together, basically. Although I guess I could remove probably Sentinel and Marsha. As much as I like them, they're not among my favorite the same way the previously mentioned characters are. So I could remove the two of them in order to put in Name Day and Spathadia to start working on their bond. Especially because I don't plan on building either of them or playing either of them. I don't know what Name Day does, but Spathadia, apparently with her Euphoria, is basically trying to replace Beryl, even though Beryl is technically stronger, I believe. Plus, I prefer Beryl as a character, so I don't really have any intention of building Spathadia. No offense to you, Spathadia. Especially since I only got you because I think I lost a 50-50 at some point. It's not exactly the kind of thing that makes me want to pull for to build a character. Unless it's a character that I actually really genuinely wanted. But that is not the case with our dear Spathadia, I suppose. Oh, you know what? Before I leave things, yeah. Like I said, today's stream might be a bit shorter, especially with the what do you call that? With the fact that technically speaking the stream cut off at some point, you know, because of the power issue that I had, the electrical issue that I had. But before we leave things off, I do want to showcase the twins, even though it's they're only at half power because we don't have the second Psycube yet. But I most importantly wanted to showcase their skin to see if there are any differences to the way their skin. Oh, the twins are there. No, I want my twins, please. To see if there are any differences to the way the animations work and the colors of their animations when using the skin, because I haven't had an opportunity to actually look at that. And I'm not familiar with their ultimate enough, because I've only seen that a few times during the mains bulletin run that I did, but I haven't seen their ultimate much without the skin, so I'm kind of curious. I don't know that we'll see it in this though, because getting their ultimate is really difficult, not gonna lie. It takes a while to get their ultimate up. I will say that much. Buff, debuff, energy.
Detected.
Do not let yourself go now.
So let's see how many times she attacks. I'm curious to see that. Okay, we get 4.
One as ominous as obsidian. Energy levels rising.
2.
One as ominous as obsidian.
4. Oh shit, it died.
Just as I deciphered. Or prophesied.
I don't know if it did 4 attacks because we were at number, we had 4 energy, or if it just died before we had time to try it out. Okay, let's do this again in arduous mode. Now it's going to be more difficult, and hopefully this is going to be enough to actually try it out properly. Okay, wait, I need to find my Enigma, twins, Karen, and Ulrich. There you go. Now don't look at your Discord DMs. Oh god, what did you send me? Why? Why? I can't use the pew pew emote. Wait, is there a gun emote? Yes, there you go. This is the best I can do to react to the image you sent. I can't use the pew pew, you know, the emote I drew in DMs, unfortunately. But well, what's her name? Remiel definitely did everyone else dirty when she did her doodles and drew people. I will say that much. A very dirty move from Remiel. She's aura farming. Do you mean Sigrid in that image? Sure, aura farming. Let's call it that. Sure, why not? That's certainly one way to put it.
Let's introducing.
Simulating the Chaldean order.
Do not let yourself go now.
Ellen got the worst plate. Really?
Show mercy.
I have to admit, I do not remember which what Ellen's looks like.
Orbits.
Odile. One as ominous as obsidian.
1. Okay, wait, it did 1.
Energy levels
2.
rising. One as ominous
3.
as obsidian.
Okay, it did 3 because we had 3 energy. So I think I understand how it works, more or less. Bro, what is up with this shield, man? What do we have? We have a U. So I
Calculating
guess...
the Arabic parts.
The dead embrace you.
Let's introducing.
Sure,
There is
we'll
no
go that
end
way.
to this misery.
Hopefully this will be enough. For Sunbringer that got turned into a bamboo. Well, I mean, for Sunbringer being turned into a bamboo, it kind of makes more sense, right? Because she's the mother of bamboo, she invented them.
Easily lost.
So it kind of makes sense, kind of. It we can call it an artistic interpretation that mixes in the reality of that character's history.
Polymerizing.
Oh, it was enough, I think, right? Oh yeah, it was. I wonder if I could redo this
Please,
without
go
using
ahead.
Karen's ultimate
There's
just to
work
save
left
more
here.
time. But I suppose we won't be seeing these, the twins, what do you call that? The twins ultimate here. And we have surprise arduous to do for pretend. Didn't I already do that? And then the crisis mode that will unlock in like 5 days or so. Yeah, 5 days, 13 hours. Okay. Well, I believe that we are done with this collaboration story. And I will say, this definitely felt more like an anecdote type story that is voiced, which is great. I love the fact that it was all voiced. But I do have a couple of caveats. Overall, I will mention first and foremost that I did enjoy the story. I enjoyed it. I was happy to experience it. It was certainly not like the best story I've ever seen or anything like that. Certainly not in Reverse 1999. But like, the couple of caveats are, one, the voice acting was very solid, but I kind of missed the accents that we usually have in Reverse. I enjoyed the accents quite a lot. That's a very minor little nitpick. But more importantly about the story itself, like I've mentioned, I do feel like stages 12, 13, and 14 are where we see the Bluepoch writing, the Reverse 1999 writing specifically. The rest of the story was kind of just, okay, stuff is happening. It feels more like a setup, I guess. But then you dive more into the emotional parts of the story. And it is more specifically the emotions of Maxime. And I kind of feel like this whole story was more about Maxime than it was about the twins, Sechenov, P3, sorry, Charles, or Nora, or anyone else, really. It was mostly about Maxime. That's the one character that we spent the most time developing throughout these stages, in my opinion. And the reason why I talk about anecdotes is because it reminds me of Eternity's anecdote, which is a lovely anecdote. It is a very interesting story, but you barely see Eternity in that anecdote. The anecdote actually focuses on a filmmaker. I believe he was a filmmaker, some kind of a director, I think, or something like that. But the point is, the story focuses more on a random NPC that Eternity met a couple of times throughout her life, and the guy was kind of obsessed with her, not in a bad way, not in a stalking way or anything like that, but he was very intrigued by who and what Eternity could be. And we saw and learned things about Eternity through his perspective, basically. But we spent very little time with her. And I kind of feel like it was the same thing here with the with this storyline. Even though we technically spent the most time with the twins and, well, mostly with the twins, technically, we didn't really get to learn more about them. We didn't get to learn more about Sechenov. We didn't get to learn more about P3. We barely learned anything about them. And we mostly learned about Maxime. Which is not bad, but it is a choice. And part of me kind of wishes that we could have learned more about these characters, especially because they are playable characters. So if I'm going to spend time with them in gameplay, I kind of want to know who I'm dealing with, you know, what kind of a person they are and whatnot. I guess we get a surface level impression of these characters, but nothing more. And there's the part that is slightly disappointing. Like I said, it's really not a bad collaboration by any stretch of the imagination. I still rank this collaboration above the Fate collaboration, in my opinion. The writing for the Fate collaboration was a bit meh. At least the first part. I haven't experienced the second part yet, so I can't judge that. But for the first part, it was kind of like just, why not? This collaboration with Atomic Heart is certainly above that, but I would place it under the Assassin's Creed collaboration, and I would certainly place it way under the Wuthering Waves collaboration, for instance, with Cyberpunk. For me, right now, I'd say the best collaboration I've participated in all of the gacha games that I play, which is basically not that many, because AFK Journey has had some collaborations, which are okay, they're okay, but yeah. There is the Fate collaboration with HSR, Reverse 1999 with both Atomic Heart and Assassin's Creed. and then there is the Wuthering Waves collaboration with Cyberpunk. And in my opinion, the Cyberpunk one was the best, hands down, because I pretty much have nothing bad to say about it. I have no gripes whatsoever about it. I don't even know how they could improve what they've managed to put out, which is really, really impressive. So that one stands above the rest. But Assassin's Creed 2 was not too far behind that one. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was slightly below that. Then slightly below is Atomic Heart. And finally, Fate is not that great. Next is Fate. I don't think we'll be streaming the Fate collaboration, not gonna lie. Because number one, I didn't stream the first one to begin with. I barely remember anything about the first one. And see, that's the part that is concerning, I guess, is that I try to remember as much as I can from all the stories that I go through, but obviously I am going to forget about things, right? I am a human being, I have a faulty memory, I suppose. But the point is that given how little I remember, basically what I'm trying to say is that the Fate collaboration was not memorable at all. If that's the case, it doesn't mean that it left me a bad impression, it means that it didn't leave any impression, so I was kind of indifferent to it. And I don't mind doing that when I'm on my own time, especially because I can kind of speed run through the dialogue. I can read the subtitles faster and stuff like that. But on stream, I have to go through everything. Right, on stream I don't like to skip dialogue, I don't like to, well, not skip dialogue, but you know, just speed read the subtitles and not let the voice acting finish if there is voice acting, because I don't even remember if there was voice acting in the first collaboration. I think there was, but maybe not for the, what do you call that, for the collab characters, and that would be a bit of a problem. I can't afford to voice the entire collaboration if there is no voice acting whatsoever. I see your please Castrace is there. Not gonna lie, Deidara, Castrace is not my favorite character. I do like her, but I'm just kind of like, she exists. She's kind of like some other characters that I've mentioned before, but she was a bit... She was sold to us a bit too much like the girlfriend. Cyrene does have that problem as well, but the rest of who she is as a character managed to make me overcome that idea, that concept. But for Castrace, I didn't manage to overcome that. And it's just... again, I do not dislike Castrace, please do not misunderstand me. I'm not calling Castrace a bad character or anything like that. I do like her, but it's not... she's not going to convince me to do something like that. Bueno se intento? Well, it was tried. I don't know what you meant by that. Well, it was tried. Because for me, bueno means good. Se intento, the intention? They had good intentions, maybe? Well tried? Oh, well played, yeah, there's something with good intentions, maybe? I'm trying to decipher Spanish as I go. Now check your DMs. Go to a crime. I suppose, yeah, that is Ryusuke, right, giving that to Himeko. I mean, he didn't say it like that, right? He wasn't like, go to a crime. But he was kind of like that, yeah. It's a Spanish expression to say, well, at least I tried, okay, but without mentioning yourself. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to admit, I did not understand that exactly. And I don't think we have an equivalent in English. And as far as I know, I can't come up with an equivalent in French either. Oh, I guess we have bien tenté. Yeah. And it is kind of very similar to Spanish. Bien means bueno, and se intento, I think, would be the tenter, and the way we, the French word for it. So I guess we do have some kind of an expression that is kind of similar to it. I didn't think about that. But yeah, like I said, Castrace is not going to convince me, especially if there is no voice acting. I don't know if there is or not, but especially if there is no voice acting. You know what? For now, I can hold off on it. I'm not going to do it on my own. For now. Because the thing is, today we are finishing Reverse 1999 with this collaboration, which is lovely. Tomorrow we have Cyberpunk 2077 at 4 PM Central European summertime, right? And next week, on Wednesday, we have... what do you call that? We have Zenless Zone 0 3.1, right? We have Zenless Zone 0 3.1, and I'm not going to pull for Remiel, like I've mentioned. I'm waiting for Sigrid first, and then we will decide whether or not we pull for Remiel. And on top of that, I kind of want to see if the story of 3.1 makes me want to pull for Remiel or not. Because right now, I don't exactly like her. I have my issues with her. She's very hot, she's cute, good looking, and all that, but in terms of personality, I do have my problems with her. In terms of gameplay, I need her. I badly need her. I'm struggling with endgame content for not pulling for characters for 6 months, man. But yeah, I kind of want to do the story first. And after that, I don't know what else we'll have. That's the thing, right? It kind of depends. If we have nothing else in terms of updates, because right now we just did an update for Reverse 1999. Last week we were doing Wuthering Waves. Next week we're doing Zenless Zone 0. Technically speaking, next week we also have a livestream announcement for Genshin Impact and Snezhnaya, but that should not come for another 2 weeks. So there might be a week where we have no update, or gacha update, I suppose. And if we have a week where we have time like that, maybe we could do the Fate collaboration, only if it is voiced. Can you repeat, who do you need badly? Remiel. In terms of gameplay. In terms of gameplay, I badly need Remiel. I need new characters. Technically speaking, I would need Valina as well. But because I haven't pulled anyone in 6 months, I am struggling in the endgame content. So I need Remiel in, what do you call that? In terms of gameplay, but I'm not convinced yet that I will pull for her, which is why I want to wait to experience the story first. Sigrid is a different need. I don't need Sigrid in terms of gameplay. I think my Miyabi is still able to do her job relatively okay. But Sigrid is a different need. She's just because I really like the character, I like her design. I like the playstyle she seems to have. I haven't tried it yet, but from the animations that I've seen, I quite like it. And she reminds me a lot of Evelyn. She's my blonde Dommy mommy, I guess. And she kind of reminds me of Nicole as well, in terms of appearance at least, you know, blonde with blue eyes, blue purple-ish eyes. They kind of fall into that same category. So Sigrid is a different kind of need, I suppose. Remiel is a need in terms of gameplay because she could enable all the normally characters to fare better than they are currently, and I kind of need that. But I'm not convinced that I will pull for her, because like I said, I don't exactly like her personality all that much. Like, I don't hate her or anything like that, but I'm not her biggest fan, that's for sure. Are you sure about Remiel? She will seduce you? She might, and you know what, if it turns out that I like her and I change my mind, good, that's great. It won't change the fact that first and foremost I need to pull for Sigrid, because I do like Sigrid more than I like Remiel. Because one of the problems I have with, another problem I have with Remiel is her animations. They look very beautiful and all that, but she's way too jiggly. The amount of fan service with her animations is too much for me. And I know I say that as an Evelyn main, but even for Evelyn, I do think that there is a bit too much fan service with her animations and the jiggle physics. But Remiel pushes it even further away, even harder, I would say. And I'm not exactly a fan of that. But Like I said, if my Sigrid pulls go well, we could try and pull for Remiel. But first and foremost, I want to pull for Sigrid and her W engine. She is the priority. Because ideally, I don't want to pull for too many things, because I would like to keep whatever I have after those pulls for my M6 Evelyn. I have enough to M6 Evelyn, but girl is not showing up. Girl is not showing up, and I have a feeling girl is going to show up next, the patch after, like after 3.1. In 3.2, we're gonna have an Evelyn rerun, and I'm gonna be fucked because I can't M6 her anymore. And it's gonna piss me off. So that's why I kind of want to wait as much as I can before I decide who I want to pull for. Because Remiel is definitely going to have a rerun relatively soon after her release. She's, what do you call that? She's a Void Hunter. She's going to sell well, let's be honest. And just like Mibibi, just like Yeshungguang, and the Chongus, just like Yishuan, they all had reruns relatively soon after their release, like 3-4 patches at most after their release. So Remiel I can always grab later. Evelyn, I don't know when I can grab her. Sigrid, I suppose technically speaking I could grab her later as well. But, you know, I kind of need new characters at this point. I can't keep not pulling because otherwise I'm going to struggle even more in endgame content, and it is not pleasant. It is not a pleasant feeling. So if there is a character that I truly really like, you know, I might as well pull for them. And poor Harumasa. Wait, no, but he's getting a rerun next patch. Isn't he? Wait, I forgot. I think he is. Remiel runs the entire patch. Second phase, we have Sigrid. First phase reruns, we have Arya. Second half, we have a special banner with Dialin, Yuzuha, and Harumasa. He is there. He's there. With the top globals, what is the point? Oh, do you mean like, what is the point in putting Harumasa with Yuzuha and Dialin, who are basically the best... the best anomaly support and the best stunner respectively? True. Very true. I doubt that many people are going to pull for Harumasa on that banner. That is very, very true. Yeah, by the way, I missed a message earlier. At least try to tell us later your enjoyment with it. Sure. Sure. Like I said, if there is indeed, like I was saying, a week during our schedule where we have some time, and a second if the quest is voiced, we could do the Fate collaboration second part on stream. But there is a lot of ifs, and usually if there was a void in our schedule, I would have filled it with Cyberpunk, and not gonna lie, I am way more excited about Cyberpunk than I am about the Fate collaboration. I can't pretend about that. Every week I am looking forward to our next Cyberpunk episode, and I kind of want to add more episodes in the week, but, you know, we have our other games, and I'm also quite excited for our other games. But if I have to choose between the Fate collaboration and the Cyberpunk game, the Cyberpunk wins by a long shot. So we'll see. Maybe we can dedicate a couple of streams to the Fate collaboration, and then we could do the rest of the week with Cyberpunk. We could do something like that. But again, we have to have a hole in the schedule, number one, and number two, the quests needs to be voiced, because it's gonna be really difficult for me to voice all of that, especially in Honkai Star Rail, because you know the writing in Honkai Star Rail, the characters yap a lot, right? Like I do read things in Reverse 1999, like anecdotes and stuff like that, but it is relatively limited, right? In my opinion, the characters in Reverse 1999 don't yap as much as the characters in Honkai Star Rail. So I don't think I could do that for Honkai Star Rail, having to read through everything myself. I think my voice would die, because, you know, I'm not just reading, I'm also chatting with you guys. And like, for instance, right now, I think it's been like half an hour that all I've done is just yap, right? So if I have to do that, plus all the reading, it's not going to be feasible. I hope it is voiced as well. I hope it is, definitely. Like I said, we'll see. It's not like a definite no. Do not get your hopes up either, okay? It has a low chance of happening, I will warn you, to be fair. It has a low chance of happening that we stream the Fate collaboration, but it could happen. I'm not closing that door definitely, it's not like, it's not a guaranteed no, but it's not also not a guaranteed yes. We will see. I know very well. And it is to mock Harumasa. I don't think it's to mock him. I don't know. I guess it's just to give... You know what? I think the real reason to put Harumasa with Dialin and Yuzuha is because they know that people will want to pull for Yuzuha and Dialin, but there are some people who will want Harumasa because they like him as a character. But if they need Yuzuha and Dialin, they might want to spend to be able to get either Yuzuha or Dialin, and on top of that, the Harumasa they want. Maybe that's the strategy that Hoyoverse is employing with that banner. I'm just speculating here, I don't work for them obviously, but I think it could make some sense. It could make some sense. Anyway, like I said earlier today, I am not feeling all too well, so I managed to hold out until now, but I genuinely really need some rest, especially because tomorrow's stream is probably going to be long as fuck. Our Cyberpunk streams tend to be 8 hours long every time. So, I am going to leave you on that note. I thank you all for watching. Good night. Thank you, Deidara. I wish you a good rest of your day. I hope you had fun today. Like I said, I certainly enjoyed the collaboration story. I had a few points of criticism, but the overall impression I had was positive. I will also mention that it gave me a positive impression of the game Atomic Heart. I am kind of curious about the game. I don't know if I would try it, I'm not gonna lie, but at the very least it got me curious about that universe. Anyway, I wish you all once again a very good rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.